Live Chat 93, coming to you all the way from London town here in the UK. It's Brooksy's Bass Corner, the last live chat of 2024. Can't believe it. It seemed like only a month ago. It was like the middle of summer, and was looking in the diary and thinking, wow, that seems like a long way away. And here we are. So tonight is the last live chat of 2024 here on Brooksy's Bass Corner. There might be some impromptu live chats between now and New Year. We'll see. We will see. I've still got 2 shows to do. One on Friday, one on Saturday. And then at the moment, that's me done for the year. There might be a few last minute depping opportunities that might pop up. We will see. There might be, there might not. So I hope you're safe and well wherever you are on the planet. I hope your bass playing's going great. So this is Brooksy's Bass Corner. We do these live chats regularly on a Tuesday. We're going to try some Saturdays from the start of the new year. So I'm going to start moving the live chat over to a Saturday afternoon. Well, it'll be Saturday afternoon here in the UK. It'll probably be Saturday morning in the US. It'll be Saturday evening if you're further west around the globe. So we're going to try that. So I'm going to put those into the schedule probably on Monday. So I'll start looking at that. Probably be around about sort of 1, 2 p.m. here in the UK. We'll go through till 4 or 5 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon for a couple of months. Just it's a bit of an experiment, see how it goes. But if you enjoy the live chats, you're very welcome. Come on in. We're a friendly bunch. So if you've got any questions about bass guitars, bass amps, bass effects, strings, gig bags, leads, setting up pedal boards, maybe doing your first audition as a bass player, anything to do with bass guitars, ask me. If I can help, that's what I'm here for. If I don't know the answer to a question, I'll pass it over to the regular live chat people that we have here on a regular Tuesday night live chat. And chances are, if I don't know the answer, one of those fine, upstanding people will know the answer, and we'll try and solve your problem for you. So if you've not been on live chat before, I'll rattle through it very quick. So this is the video window. If you're on the mobile app, directly below is the live chat window. If you're on the desktop version, it's that way. At the bottom of that live chat window, you'll see a box that says comment or chat. Put your insertion point, arrow, pointer, whatever you want to call it, in there. Type your comment or question, press send, and it'll appear here in the live chat window, and then I can respond to it. If you want to join in live by video or audio, you can do that. We're on the StreamYard platform, so it's very simple. There's a ticker running along the bottom of the screen. Email me at brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. I'll send you an invite link. You click on the link and you come through here by video. So if you want to talk about bass, maybe you're looking to buy some bass gear, maybe you're looking to sell, maybe you're looking to upgrade, maybe you're going to try and purchase something between Christmas and New Year, and then as the sales appear in January, ask me if I can help. I'm more than happy to do so. I've got 18 years of reviewing history with Bass Guitar Magazine and Bass Player Magazine, both here in the UK and worldwide with Bass Player. There's a lot of gear has passed through this room for review purposes over the years. So if I can help, maybe you got your eye on something, possibly I've played one. So if I can help you at all, more than happy to do so. So as I said, this is video window. Live chat window is below if you're on the mobile app. That way, if you're on the desktop app. Underneath the video window, you're going to see a row of icons, thumbs up and thumbs down. Please give the video a thumbs up. I've been stressing this for the past couple of months. Thumbs up on videos is exceptionally important for the success of the channel, the success of the video, how the YouTube algorithm perceives your enjoyment of the video. So if you can give it a thumbs up, it'd be fabulous. If you're going to give it a thumbs down, then please leave a comment, because I can't make the videos better if I don't know what you don't enjoy. Next to that, you're going to see the share arrow. So if you want to share this video out to social media, email, websites, you can do that. There's a save button. So if you want to save it to watch it at a later date, you can do that as well. There's a shop icon. So if you want to buy Brooksy's Bass Corner merch, we've got caps, t-shirts, hoodies, mouse mats. We've got the cups, mugs and glasses and all the paraphernalia that the regular viewers here will see. So there's a Brooksy's Bass Corner mug. Every house should have one, frankly. And so there's a link there for the shop icon. So you're buying the merch through YouTube. If you want to help the channel, you can actually buy directly from the print-on-demand company that deal with all the Brooksy's Bass Corner merch. Links for that are in the description box. So whether you're in the UK, Europe, US, worldwide, Use those links. There are about 15 designs and we're across 170 products. So there's loads of stuff there. If you want to help the channel and you'd like something for your donation, buy some merch. That's an easy way of doing it. Then next to the shop icon, you can see a love heart with a dollar symbol. That's called Super Thanks. It exists on every single video here on Brooksy's Base Corner because we're a monetized channel. So if you watch any of the videos and you think this is really helpful, really entertaining, I like the advice, this has just solved a problem that I've got, please, by all means, use Super Thanks, and you can donate a small amount or a large amount or as much as you feel willing to do so. That's the Super Thanks option. Now, in the live chat window, obviously, if you're on the mobile apps directly below, you're on desktop, it's that way. At the bottom, where you've got the post a comment and chat box, where you put your comments in. Next to that, you'll see an emoji icon. So feel free to give that an absolute pummeling because that helps the algorithm know that you're enjoying the video. And next to that, you're going to see a rectangle with a dollar symbol in. That's called Super Chat, which works exactly the same way as Super Thanks, but it's reserved for when we're doing live chats here on YouTube. So again, if you wish to help the channel, help the video, help me keep the channel going for as long as possible, if you hit that Super Chat button, you can make a financial donation to the channel, and it's most appreciated. I'll say that in advance. So that's the icons underneath the video window. After that, you've got description box and the comments. So feel free to leave comments on the video. That goes for every video on the channel, of course. And in the description box, you're going to find timestamped links. So everything we talk about tonight, by about midday tomorrow, I'll have created the timestamps. J. Will George, good to see you. Welcome, wherever you are on the planet. Good to see you. Good to have you come along. So you'll find timestamp links as of 12 o'clock tomorrow. So basically, I'll go through and edit the video, put in timestamps regarding every sort of question and piece of chat that we talk about. So if you don't want to watch this video in full after the event, you can jump between sections on the video, and there will be notches on the timeline of the video that correspond with the timestamps in the description box. So if there's only 3 things that you want to watch, you can just click on those links and it will take you straight to those in the video. No, you're fine, sir. You interrupt me as much as you wish. It's no problem at all. Good to have you. So after the timestamps, you'll find affiliate links for the Base Centre here in the UK. So they're celebrating their 40th year this year. Only a couple of weeks left to go. Evening Barry, evening Jill, evening Dave. So if you're after 40th anniversary Base Centre merch, they've got caps, T-shirts, key rings, I think straps. There's all sorts of stuff. There's links in the description box, and you'll also find links there for the whole Base Centre site, Elite Strings, and the British Bassmaster series, along with all their other bass collection basses and instruments. So if you want any Base Centre stuff, links are in the description box. Then you'll find affiliate links for Top Cashback, vidIQ, and StreamYard, if you wish to use any of those applications. Then if you've got any bass related purchases coming up and you want to help the channel, we have affiliate links with those retailers. So there's Amazon worldwide, Gear for Music, Andertons, and Thomann. So if you've got a bass that you're thinking of buying, or a pedal, or strings, or cleaning materials, or an amp, could be a gig bag, who knows, check out those links in the description box. And if you find the item you're looking for at a competitive price, feel free to use those links, because the channel will get a small affiliates commission if you buy that item through the link. If you go onto Amazon or Thomann and you don't find the item or you do find the item you want, but it's not in my storefront, let me know. Email me at brooksysbasecorner@gmail.com, or find me on social media and I can add the item to the store. It takes me literally like 5 seconds. It's not a big deal. So if you find a particular brand of strings or a particular gauge that you want to buy, it's not there in the store, let me know and I can add it. Simple, very easy. So that those affiliate links will be Amazon, Gear for Music, Thomann, and Andertons. After that, in the description box, you're going to find the social media links. You'll find some Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, Be Real, Reddit, Quora, Discord, and TikTok. And Blue Sky is coming. I will get to that this week. Jeff Boyle, good to see you. Cheers from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Good evening, sir. What time is it over there? We are currently at 8:10 in the evening. We'll run for about 2.5 to 3 hours tonight. So if you want to jump in and out, J. Will George of the live chat, feel free, no problem. whatever works for you. If you want to watch it after the event, all the live chats here are stored on the YouTube channel. So you can either just go into my channel front page and look at the live chat section. There is actually a playlist which has got all of the live chats, all 93, all the impromptu live chats that I've done when I've been out on gigs. Do I know John Deere? Not personally. Who's John Deere? How do I join you live? If you email me at brooksyspacecorner@gmail.com, there's a ticker running along the bottom of the screen. Email me. I'll send you a link. You click on the link, you can come on here live. Simple as that. Very simple, very easy, no problem. So I will keep an eye on my inbox now for your impending email. Once I see it, I will just bear with me a moment. My windows here are playing up. There we go, that's better. If you email me, brooksyspacecorner@gmail.com, and I will send you an invite as soon as I see your email appear. Jeff Boyle, good to see you. Can I do it? Can I do what? I can't invite you without you emailing me. So you need to email me. If you look at the screen, there's a ticker running along the bottom. There's Stacy from North Carolina. Good to see you. Hope you're well. So yeah, J. Will George, if you email me on that email address, I'll send you an invite, and then you can join in on the live chat. Very simple, very easy. So we have had a regular recipient of participator in the live chats came to one of my gigs last week. Let me have a sip of this. I'm fighting off a bit of a head cold. You can tell the old voice is the Hobson's is a little lower this week. So last week I had a couple of gigs. I had ABBA on Tuesday, obviously, which was the night before we did last week's live chat. Then I had two Uncle Funk shows, one in Braxted for a corporate Christmas function on Friday. Then we had the big Uncle Funk Christmas party in Hertfordshire, Cambridgeshire, Essex area. So we played at Sawbridgeworth Memorial Hall, completely sold it out, sold 500 tickets, had one of my gigs of the year, frankly. It was fabulous. And the lovely Jerry Blair, who'd said he would come to the gig, and lo and behold, he did. So I put him on the guest list, and Jerry came along. So we met, and I think he had a blast. We talked basses and what have you after the show, and I think he really enjoyed it. So hopefully, Jerry, if you're out there, you're going to come onto the live chat later on, and we will see you when you appear. But it was good to see you. So thank you for making the effort to come all the way from South London up to Sawbridgeworth. And I think you'll agree we had a really good show. I actually told the band leader yesterday, I think it's one of my favourite shows we've done since we came out of lockdown. So it was good. Band were on fire. Crowd was on fire. We had an absolute blast. Everyone was having a good time. No trouble. It was all good. J. Will George, you're trying to email me. Well, there's nothing there in my inbox at the moment. So I'll keep an eye on it. As soon as it appears, I will send you an invite. Let's just see if you've gone into spam, maybe. No. No, you're not there. Okay, maybe it'll come through on a delay. We'll get you. If you've sent an email, it'll appear eventually. Jeff Boyle, 3:13 p.m. in John Deere country. Yeah, this is the other reason why hopefully the live chats will move over to a Saturday slot for a couple of months. Just want to see how it works. It might work better for certainly bass players in the US who can't get in here on the live chat when we're starting at 8 p.m. UK time because a lot of them are at work. Andy, good morning from the land down under. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope everything's good. I'm well. I just got a bit of a head cold. It kicked in yesterday afternoon, so I've got a hot lemsip going on here in my Brooksy's Bass Corner mug, of course. If you want one of these, go to the description box. You'll find Brooksy's Base Corner merchandise links in there. There we go. Jeffrey, House on 5, Jerry Blair. Hi, Brooksy. There we go. I've got to show this. Brilliant light on Saturday. Brilliant night, I think you meant to put. On Saturday. Can't watch tonight after rehearsal. No, no worries. You watch the live chat as and when it suits you, Jerry. But thank you very much for coming to the show. Really appreciate it. It was lovely to meet you at last. Visog, evening all. Saw Paul McCartney in Manchester on Wednesday. Promising young bass player. Yeah, he can write a hit tune. That's for sure. J. Will George, I subscribed to you and I think it did it. It just went away. Yeah, you have to email me. Not subscribing is fabulous, so thank you very much for that. But you do actually need to email me in order to add you to the live chat. Bill Derbyshire, good to see you. Stacey saying yes, the Jerry Blair. Indeed. Bill Derbyshire, good evening to you and those all watching. Thank you. Jerry, great to meet you. Chat Bass. We had a good old chat. So hopefully you'll come to some more shows next year. Come to a festival. It's good fun. I can get you backstage and you can see all the stuff that goes on. Might meet some famous names. Who knows? Stacey, how was Brooksy on Saturday? There you go. Stacey's asking you directly, Jerry. I did my best. Like I say, one of my favourite gigs of the year. One of my favourite gigs of my whole time with Uncle Funk, to be honest. It was absolutely superb. And all the band were going for it. We'd done a gig the night before, which was fine. But kind of wrong age group crowd to be playing to. But it was okay. Do I have a phone number? Obviously, yes, J. Will George. I do have a phone number, but that won't allow you to come onto the screen here by video chat. So it's got to be by email, I'm afraid. So just email me, brooksy'sbasecorner@gmail.com, and then I can send the invite through to you. Let me just check. So I've got an email client here. I'm going to go through into Google. Let's see if I can do this by... Tell you what, let me check it on my phone. That'd be even quicker. Otherwise, I'm going to have too many windows firing up here. Let's have a look. You're not there, J. Will George. Not showing. Okay. You're not there yet. So either your email hasn't gone or you're stuck in the ether somewhere. You're not in the spam box either. We'll get there. We will get there. At some point, you will appear in that inbox. Jerry Blair. Was fantastic. Apparently. Everyone's saying hello. Stacey, excellent, Jerry. Everything from the Uncle Funk video shares looks the business. George Iliadis, all the way from Australia. Good to see you, George. Welcome along before you go to work. Unless you finish work for Christmas. I know it's a bit early in the day for that. But some people are winding down early, taking an extended break, which is no bad thing. So, yeah, so that was my gig. So this week I've got... a Queen show in Cirencester, which I think is a corporate event. I don't think it's a public event. And then Saturday, my last gig before Christmas, last gig of the year, is with Definitely Might Be, the Oasis tribute I sometimes play with. And we're doing a public show in Bridgewater. Now, let me just tell you where we're playing. So if you're in the Bridgewater area, West Country of the UK, we are playing at the Blake Hall, Old Taunton Road in Bridgewater, Saturday night. I had a look on the website yesterday. Tickets are £11. But if you're watching, I can get you in for free. So if you're in the West Country or in surrounding districts, you want to come to the Oasis show on Saturday, I can get you in. So let me know. I will have up until, I guess, Saturday lunchtime. So either message me here on the live chat or you can email me, brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com, and I can arrange with you to get there and get you in, so you don't have to pay for a ticket. Andy, hey all, just heading off to work. I'll rejoin when I get to the studio. No problem, sir. Thank you for logging in, coming on the ride. Excellent stuff. Jeff Boyle likes Oasis. Excellent. Jerry Blair, it's good to see him. He's talking about me. I'm reading this, you know. It's good to see him play live and not just noodling. It's exactly it. When I'm on live chats, I'm noodling. I'm not playing anything. I daren't play anything good or proper because I could get hit with a copyright strike, which I don't want. And I'm trying to avoid as much as I can. The Boy Can Play reminds you of a Dire Straits song. Well, I played all right, you know. It was good fun. So the GB Rumour, Kingfisher Blue one, was the main squeeze on Saturday. Had my Status Empathy there. Also had my Alembic Persuader with me because I was playing around with it during sound check. So, yeah. Got some major workshop updates to come. Going to try and squeeze a couple of recording a few of those between now and Friday. So I've got tomorrow and Thursday to get some filming done. Because a couple of the basses that I regularly use are in desperate need of a restring and setup and some cleaning and stuff. So I've been saying it for weeks, but it's just finding the time, getting the camera set up, get the lights set up, all of that sort of thing. It takes time. It really does take time. So, but we're now getting into a period where, as I say, once I get Saturday out the way, aside from Christmas and a little bit of a rest, I've got loads of filming time, and I've got a new toy as well. I've got two new toys. One I showed you on the Brooksy's Bass Corner Black Friday Superstore broadcast. Oh, hey, as he drops a couple of boxes down the back of his desk. That's a good start. Bear with me a moment. So one, which as I say, I've already shown you this. So if you were watching, you would have seen it, which is the DJI Osmo Mobile 6. It's gimbal, outstanding for mobile phone. Obviously, I do a lot of filming with my phone as well as my camera, which is here. But now I've also got or acquired at a very good price. Thank you very much, Richard at Clifton Cameras. I bought this after a lot of research. Sorry, I realise you can't hear me because I'm away from the mic. So I've done a lot of checking out. So another thing by DJI Osmo, the Pocket 3 Creator Kit. So this now is like very small, means I can go into guitar shops, I can do gigs and what have you, and literally I can wear this on a strap and it will film everything I'm doing as I'm doing it. So there's going to be a load of new content, a load of new formatting on content. So both of these will be coming out of their respective boxes probably after the weekend, and we'll start getting familiar with what they can do. So keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be a lot of good stuff coming up. And Stacey saying hello, lots of people saying hello back. Oh, yeah, there we go. So yeah, so that's new tools to start doing more filming, do more stuff outdoors as well. I have no problem using my phone on the little tripods that I have here, but I've wanted a gimbal for a long time, and it will make reviews, shorts, demos. The camera work will suddenly go up a level because everything will be a lot smoother, less jerky movements when I'm running a camera across a bass and what have you. It'll all be done by the gimbal. So looking forward to using all that gear. Let me finish this mug off. Hold on. That's it. I'm dosed up now. Very good. So, right, topic of conversation tonight. It is coming up 8:25. It's taken me a while to get to this, so let's get it up there. So, what are your bass playing resolutions for 2025? What are you looking to achieve next year? What have you been trying to do this year and just haven't got around to it? I can list off a million things here at Brooksy's Bass Corner. So, the Fretless Odyssey, finally going to get my hands stuck in to playing fretless, learning it from scratch. I've got plenty of books here to guide me through it. There's plenty of stuff on YouTube as well. I've been promising this series for 2 years. By January, we're going to be up and running on that. There will also be a new podcast coming. I've already got that all scripted out and ready to go. Just need to film it. And I've been a bit full here in the office. So once I get all of this stuff tidied up, probably tomorrow, I can start filming that. So podcast will be out. Probably going to have 5 episodes up at the beginning. And then it'll be 1 a week. And probably do about 20, see how they go. And if they do well, and we'll do another load. And if they don't do well, well, they're up there and we tried it. So that's to come. But bass playing wise, as I say, fretless, probably going to start doing a bit more 5-string practice, because I've had a few inquiries to work with a few bands and a few projects where I'm going to need to do that more often. I don't play enough 5-string to happily say, oh yeah, I'll just walk straight in and it'll be great. It is normally great. But if you're playing in bands where they use that low B string a lot, you want to be able to nail it first time of asking. So there's going to be a bit more of that. I've got the theory side that I've mentioned the past couple of weeks. I bought these books recently from Amazon. So this Hal Leonard bass method is the complete edition, volumes 1, 2, and 3 with the audio backup. You'll find this in the Brooksy's Bass Corner store, along with the Hal Leonard bass arpeggio finder and the bass scale finder. So if you want to help the channel at all, these grab your attention, you think, oh, I could make use of those. Just use the affiliate link in the description box, take you through to the Brooksy's Bass Corner store on Amazon, and you'll find these in the books section. So yeah, I want to get involved with that as well. So there's plenty for me to be cracking on with once we get into 2025. But I want to know what you guys are looking to improve on. What are your resolutions for your bass playing? What are you looking to achieve in 2025? Let me know. Let me know. Jay Will, we still haven't had an email from you, so I'm guessing that one's a bit of a lost cause at the moment. Bear with me. Just check. No, nothing on my phone, nothing on my PC. So I have a feeling either you haven't emailed me or it's going to appear after we finish the live chat. I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. It's at Google's end. So yeah, what are your bass playing resolutions? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? What are the parts in your playing that you feel like maybe you could tighten up, get better? We're always on a constant pathway of learning. It doesn't matter what instrument you take on. You never know everything. There's always something to learn. So let me know. I'm trying to think what I mentioned last week. I've now got some of the Sonicake pedals here. Bought them out of my own pocket from Amazon. So we're going to do some reviews and demos of these. See if they do stand up to what they offer. How do they compare to more expensive pedals? These are very cheap. They're about 20. Well, I know the price I got this for on Amazon, but they're around £30. I got it at a cheaper deal. But so we've got the Octaver, and do that. And we've got the Fifth Dimension, which is a modulation pedal. Loads of different settings on it. Again, these are in the Brooksy's Bass Corner store if you want to check them out. But there will be videos regarding these very shortly. So there's multiple settings. Focus on that, man. It's not going to, is it? It might now. Here we go. So, yeah. Excuse me. Suffering today, as you can tell. I was all right till yesterday lunchtime, and it's all come over me today. We soldier on. I've got 2 gigs and then I'm done. After that, if colds and flu want to take hold, be my guest. And then the last one I've got here is the Crybot, which is like a wah envelope filter. Hopefully that'll focus in a minute. There we go. So like I say, they'll be all featured in their own videos very shortly here on the channel. And we'll see just what they can actually do. I've never used them. I don't know anyone that has used them. I've seen a few reviews and a few opinions, but I trust my opinion more than other people's, so we will check it out. Bill Derbyshire will be committing the cardinal sin of thinning out your collection, Bill. Well, it's something that crosses my mind perpetually because I've got 40 of the buggers here. And at some point, I will have to thin out that herd. I think what I'm going to do is probably by the time I get to 60, because my intention is to play as long as I possibly can, as long as I'm healthy to do so. But I think by the time I get to 60, I can start removing certain instruments from the collection. And unless there's some massive drop in the price of instruments and second-hand instruments and collectible instruments, in which case they'll go a bit sooner. But otherwise, I've got a fair old time to keep using these. And there's loads of stuff I want to do here on the channel. And actually, some of these bases have been bought for the whole purpose of doing videos on the channel. So I wouldn't necessarily have bought them otherwise. But we will see once we get into January and I've cleared the decks of the outstanding videos that need to go. There's going to be a few more comparison videos and looking at some of the cheaper end instruments and comparing them with expensive instruments, and same with the pedals. That's why I bought the Sonicake pedals here. So we will see. We will indeed see. So yeah. So it's just coming up to 25 to 9 here in London town, here in the UK. Brooksy's Bass Corner. Live chat 93. 93. I can't believe we've done them. As I said at the start of the show, it was it feels like only a month or two ago that I was thinking, God, it seems like a long way away. And but July was 5 months ago. And it's sort of passed by very quickly. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending the live chats. Maybe you've only watched one or two. Maybe tonight's your first. Maybe you've done the whole lot, you know. You should have a bingo card and do the stamps, and I'll start giving out free T-shirts to people who come on all the live chats. But thank you very much, everyone who's returned to the live chats week after week. It's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for getting involved, all your questions, all your comments, you know, topic ideas for videos. It's very much appreciated. Bill Derbyshire, I'm at 65 and some don't come out of their cases from one year to the next. I get it. I hear you, Bill. It's some things also now, you know, I look at the collection, there's certain things in there I probably don't want to take out because of their value. Not in terms of them getting stolen, more in terms of them getting dinged or banged or knocked, and you just don't want to incur any damage that could deplete the value. But I get it. I hear you. I probably could just do with like 4, to be honest, in terms of playing. But no, I'm doing a bass channel. We need basses. I need to have things to refer to. And for years while doing the magazine, I always made the point. Why I say it to the editor, the reason I've got so many basses is you could get me to review instruments. I need to be able to compare. You know, they send us a new version of a Stingray. I need to be able to compare it with an older version. Or, you know, certain statuses come out. Can we compare them with the Series 2000? Well, I can, yeah. You know, it's all that sort of thing. Obviously, I don't do the writing and the journalism anymore, but it made things easier. So in a review, when we got a new Music Man bass through, I could compare it to a 4-string Stingray, a 5-string Stingray, other variations that I had here. So it's all good. All good. Let me know if you're looking to buy new stuff over the Christmas period, maybe in the sales. Maybe you got your eye on something already. Let me know. Let me know. Maybe I can give you a heads up on something. Maybe some pedals have caught your eye. If I can give you real world information that might help your decision making, then I'm more than happy to help with that. That's what we're here for. So Jay Will's email, nothing has appeared. So clearly he didn't send it, or it just didn't type in the address properly. Sorry, sir. Sorry, nothing's appeared here. So I've got some other news for you. I'm going to be doing a podcast with Greg Hager. Some of you may know him from his YouTube channel. It's actually something we've talked about for about 2 years, but unfortunately when my dog Max died, which was about a week after we were throwing ideas at each other, Max died, and then my father-in-law died, and then my mother-in-law's died. So I contacted Greg last week. I said, mate, I haven't forgotten you. That is something we still need to do. And we're going to look at it in January, and he's got time and I've got time. So we're going to do a two-man bass podcast. Don't know what the topics are going to be yet. We haven't got that far, but we both got a long list of things we'd like to include and things we'd like to talk about. So I will obviously promote it and keep you guys informed. And when that's ready to drop, I would imagine we'll get some stuff out by maybe 3rd or 4th week in January. Both of us are quite light on gigs in January and February, so we can actually get all the filming done, get all the editing done, and hopefully do something that's entertaining, informative, and enjoyable to watch. So I will keep you posted. Wrestling Supreme, can you play My Crush Moans? Don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Past couple of weeks, we've had these random people just sort of coming in to the live chat, talking stuff that has nothing to do with bass play. So if you can elaborate on what you're talking about, I'll happily reply. And if you're not, and you're just here for a bit of a lark, then I'll just block you. So, because we don't tolerate nonsense here. I'm sure you've put that post in there with the best of intentions, but maybe you haven't. So we'll wait and see if you respond again. You just see what my options are. Good. Right, Wrestling Supreme, if you'd like to elaborate what you're talking about, that'd be fabulous. Right, so if you'd like to come on here, Live Chat 93, you can talk to me by video or audio if you wish. All you got to do, email me at brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. There's a ticker running along the bottom of the screen. Email me, I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite and you come through straight here to the video on the live chat, and we can talk bass. Wrestling Supreme, I hope you tolerate some laughs and fun. I do, as long as it's bass related. If you're coming on here to be rude or swearing or generally being a bit of a dick, I won't. But otherwise, we're a good friendly bunch. So if you want to talk bass, great. If you don't want to talk bass, by all means, sit in on the live chat and watch what we do. But don't be a dick about it, please. So yeah. Trying to think what we got coming up this week. I will try my best to get some content up before the end of the week. I actually managed after last week's live chat to clear a lot of the jobs that I've got to do before Christmas. So hopefully there could be a couple of interviews go up this week, as long as I've got time tomorrow to do some editing. It's the big any YouTube creator will tell you the editing is what saps your time. It's not the filming. The filming doesn't take long. Once you find your light settings and your recording settings and your camera and everything, filming is easy. It's the editing, just takes forever. And it's the one thing that every creator wants to farm out to video editors. But until the channel accelerates, there isn't the funds to justify it. And we will just get rid of them, so that's fine. So there we go. That's what happens. I'm too old for this generation, apparently. Ah. Tell that to Billy Sheehan. Very good. Right, so we've tidied that up. Yeah. So if anyone's bought anything recently, maybe you've been checking out some other channels, maybe you've found some other pedals that you didn't know you needed, let us know. Let us know. Share the information. That's what we're here for. It's what I come on for every Tuesday. If I can help people with advice, if I can impart some knowledge from my, well, it'll be 30 years next year since I turned professional. So I've got plenty of info to impart, put it that way. Go over 4,000 gigs under the bonnet and traveled all around the world. So if I can help you with anything regarding bass playing or bass maintenance or fixing bass problems or how to deal with situations on gigs and in recording studios, I'm more than happy to do so. It's what I'm here for. And as I've said, if I don't know the answer, chances are one of you fine people will. So that's what we go for. Now, if you're watching the live chat after the event, obviously the chat window will be closed, but you can carry on the conversation. You can leave comments in the comment section, and I will respond to them as soon as I get a notification from YouTube that you're there, that you've posted a comment. So some of the live chats still flow. People have found older live chats and got involved with the conversation that we were talking about that day. So it's all good. Now, I'm hoping when we do these Saturday afternoon live chats, I might get some of my bass brethren to join me. Might be a few names pop up. We'll see. I've put a few feelers out, see who's available. Thankfully, it's quite quiet during the early months of the year, so we will see. I've put the feelers out, and if I can get people to commit to a couple of hours on a Saturday afternoon, we will have them here on Brooksy's Bass Corner live chats on the Saturday. So hopefully that will come to fruition with a bit of luck. So, Bill, what are you going to? What's leaving the herd first? What are you thinking of removing from your collection first? Stacey, Mr. Sklar and his Bassets. Well, I wish I could get him to commit to days and times. He's such a busy chap. I will email him and see. And who knows, might surprise me and say, yes, I can do Saturday the blah, 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 blah. And I can do that time. We will see. He's usually up very early in the morning, so it might just work perfectly. Peter Quinlan, good to see you. Evening Bass Boys. Mike, tell me more about your KZ ZS10 IEMs. I will happily do that. And before I do, let me post an affiliate link for them, because I get asked about these all the time. So just bear with me a moment, gang. And let me get a link. So if people like the sound of them, the channel can benefit. Right. So, okay. So there's two types. I know they've just come out with a new type, but if we go for the standard KZ ZS10s, they're actually on discount on Amazon at the moment. So let me just get you a link here. Get a link. Yes, please. Yeah. Right. Let me put this in here. I'll put it in the description box as well. Oh, it's not doing it. Hold on. you. There we go. So this is what we're talking about. I'll put them in the description box as well. I'll put them at the top underneath the hashtags, okay? Actually, no. I'll put them just under the first block of text. Bear with me. There we go. So there's a link in the chat. There's a link in the description box. Right. Let me tell you all about these. So this is for you, Peter Quinlan. It's for anyone else that wants to hear it anyway. Georgie Liards, regret not noting my gigs, the venues and the date. Yeah, you see, I have all that in my diaries. I've got all of that. Right. KZS10s. So these are the IEMs I use. I've been using them constantly since March 2019. I've got 3 sets. I have 1 set in my regular gig bag, which are my blue ones. I have a backup set, which are pink, purple. And then I have a 3rd set here, which are in my drawer right there. I can see them. So if a set got damaged or broken or stolen, I've already got another set in the bag. And if I had a run of gigs over a weekend, as long as I'm coming home, there's another set here as well. So when I first started going down the IEMs route, I was asking various people, you know, what do you suggest? What should I buy? How much should I spend? All the regular questions. And I got varying responses from different people. So one of the bands I was depping for, the singing guitarist in that band had fought a battle for the best part of 20 odd years in his covers band, shouting and screaming, and they kind of had monitors, but their whole system wasn't that great. And I saw he had an IEM set up. I said, what you got there? He said, oh, I just bought a second-hand IEM sort of Sennheiser G3 off eBay. Cost me like 300 quid. I went, oh, great. And I was looking around to buy new at the time, and he went, no, just buy a second-hand one. They work great. Save yourself a load of money. It's like, okay. So I did that. And then I was asking people about molds and the expensive IEMs. In the back of my mind, heard many horror stories over the years from especially drummers who've bought IEMs, stuck them in their back pocket, then sat down and broken them. Or the IEMs have popped out of their pocket and they've lost them. Or people have stolen them because they're not cheap. And a friend of mine, Andy Carr, who plays for ABC, and he does the house band for the Let's Rock festivals and the Rewind festivals and stuff. And he said, well, the hardware is fine. He said, but regarding the IEMs, if you break or damage or lose a 500, 600, 700 pound set of IEMs, you got to replace them. But on the flip side of that, if the guy who's doing your monitor mix is a complete idiot and doesn't get what you want, it doesn't matter how good the IEMs are, you've still got a bad mix. It doesn't matter if they've got 5 drivers in the actual units. If he can't give you the mix you want, then what's the point? And I thought, no, he's right, isn't he? So he said, Andy Carr's recommendation, look at the Linsoul KZ ZS10 5-driver IEMs that are on Amazon. So I did, and I thought, well, at the time they were £40. So I bought a set, and I thought, well, if they're not very good, I've only spent £40. You know, it's like 2 sets of strings. Tried them. It was a revelation. It was like CD quality monitoring in my ears, and I'm like, okay, well, that's made my mind. I don't need to go down the expensive IEM route. I don't need to buy brand new receiver and transmitter. So the whole setup for me, buying the hardware, the IEMs, little carry case, replacement rubber buds, cost me in the region of about £320 all in. Well, I've used that setup hundreds of gigs since I bought it in 2019. I don't use the hardware on the Uncle Funk show because all our stuff's in the rack that we've got, all bought the same. But when I'm doing Queen stuff or ABBA or other bands, I take my setup. But the IEMs remain the same. And I can't recommend them enough, Peter. So if you want to help the channel with an affiliate sale, click on that link or use the link in the description box and you'll find them there. But like I say, they've come out with a new version literally in the past couple of weeks that I saw pop up the other day. So have a look around. If you want the newer ones and I haven't put a link up, tell me and I can get a link and it'll work. So, but those that I've linked to are the same as what I've got and been using, and they're on 35% discount, 33%. They come in different colors as well. You can have them with a mic or without. So if you want to use them for phone calls, you can. But obviously, it's not a USB-C connection. It's a small 3.5mm audio jack. But yeah, you can have them in different colors. There's gold, silver, blue, purple, red. I think I saw green. So the options are boundless, really. Bill Derbyshire, you've already sold an Ibanez SRA S7 fretless fretted. I remember you posting that up. A B&G Big Sister Crossroads and a Fender Special Edition jazz bass. Very good. Do you feel better for that, Bill? Probably gave you a few pounds in your pocket as well, I'd imagine. So if you want to come on to the live chat, join me for a video chat or an audio chat if you wish, if you don't want to be on camera, we can do that. We're on the StreamYard platform, and you can just email me. Email address is running on the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Email me at brooksy'sbasscorner@gmail.com. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite and you're straight through. It's as easy as that. Peter Quinlan, do you get your tribute gigs through agents? If so, which ones? I have nothing to do with that side of things anymore. I used to, many years ago. I've run various bands in my time, but I don't have any involvement in bookings or agencies or anything. I now literally get given a date, I turn up, I play, I get paid, and I go. And that's it, really. Don't get involved in any of the background work at all. Which works for me. I used to like getting my hands dirty and dealing with clients, but I think the whole market, for, especially if you're in a wedding covers band, very hard now. Very hard. Things have changed so much. The band I used to be in was exceptionally busy, and we did very well. We wrung every pound out of that band that we could, and I left 9 years ago. But we did 17 years and it paid off my mortgage and many other things. So, yeah. But the tribute gigs, no, I play in a variety of... It's as with any tribute band. Once you play for one of a particular band, people that play in the others... So if you play in a Queen tribute, suddenly your name gets passed around the other Queen tributes and you get called up to Depp and all that sort of thing. Same with ABBA, although I've not really done many different ABBAs. I think I've done 3 over the years. I don't do as much of it as I used to, and a lot of the ABBA tributes now don't have a live bass player, so that's fine, but it is what it is. And other tributes, again, it's just recommendation that I get that work, so it's fine. Bill Derbyshire, I know it sounds pathetic, but it was hard. It's not pathetic at all, Bill. We bought these things because we wanted them, and you've looked after them, and then you have to part with them because the clock is ticking and they're not getting used and there's money tied up in them. Be very hard for me to see a lot of these go when the day comes, I tell you. Just spent a lot of time trying to get them. Lembics were not easy to get hold of. And, yeah. But, hey, I've got a good collection. Enjoy them while we have them. That's the general principle, I'd say. So a quick reminder, topic of conversation tonight. What are your bass playing resolutions for 2025? What do you aim to do once we get into the new year regarding your bass play? What do you want to achieve? What have you not accomplished this year? Where do you want me to start regarding content on the channel? There have been mitigating circumstances for the best part of 2 years, but Bill Derbyshire, there are a few that I will never get rid of. Yep, there's probably a couple here that I won't get rid of until I know I'm on the slippery slope out of here. But I've not got children to pass them to, so once I'm gone, no one will really have any emotional attachment to any of my instruments, so they'll be gone. But they've all had a use. They've all been out on gigs, all done things, so it's all good. So what are the ones you'll never get rid of, Bill? Let me know. Let's just check on the stream health. Excellent, apparently. Very good. Russell Zorner, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're well. Safe and well, even. How's it out there on the West Coast, sir? So I was saying earlier about this Osmo Pocket 3 creator kit. So this is going to be used for loads of new content. Amazon actually, if you're in the UK, this is on a special deal with Amazon at the moment. It's at the lowest price it's been for, well, since I started looking at it in September. It's currently at about £549. Usually it's over 600. So if you are about to start doing videos, maybe you're going to set up your own channel, I would strongly recommend, if you have the money, to get one of these. You'll find it really, really useful. All the videos and reviews I've seen of it are glowing. And it's very small. It means it's very adaptable. It means you don't have to walk around with your phone on a gimbal or a tripod or what have you. So there is a very cheap deal for that. Again, it's in my shop on the YouTube page. Russell, yes, Northwest Oregon. Very good. I did get an X4 and a 3S360 already. What's that? You need to elaborate. I'm bombarded with catalogue and model numbers on a daily basis. Those could be cars for all I know. So if you can tell me, Russell, that'd be great. If you can put some meat on the bones, that'd be fabulous. Problem now is I need a better computer to handle the Insta360 X4. I'm presuming we're talking audio interfaces here, maybe? Maybe, or a camera. 360-degree footage is murdering my computer. Right, okay. Yeah, so I'm guessing you're talking about a camera. You just showed me an action cam, yeah. The Osmo Pocket 3. Creator combo. Just bought one. But I burned my action cam budget a few months back. Ah, okay. I hear you. So I'm going to be using that out on gigs. I'm going to be doing store visits. Whole loads of bits and bobs. So that will be getting used a lot once we get into New Year. I've got a chance to play with it, experiment with it, see what it can do. Should be great. So here we are. It's just coming up 9 o'clock here in London town. Here in the UK, live chat 93 here on Brooksy's Bass Corner. If you've got any questions about bass guitars, bass amps, effects, strings, maintenance equipment, amplifiers, combos, anything to do with bass guitars, bass players, let me know via the chat window. If you're on the mobile app, it's directly below. If you're on desktop, it's that way. At the bottom, you'll see an emoji icon. Feel free to hit the emoji icon. Next to that, you're going to see a rectangle with a dollar symbol in. That's called Super Chat. So if you want to help the channel, help me, help the video, keep the channel running as long as possible, feel free to use the super chat facility to make a financial donation to the channel. Russell, I bought the 2 latest and I'm learning to use them. Mounting is really the hard part. Yeah, I get you. I hear what you're saying. Sorry, I'm just checking messages that are popping in. So everything's fine and up to date. That's all good. That one's fine too. Excellent. You have a zoom camera that will take 4K audio and has 2 stereo mics, okay? But turns out it's limited to 720 as a webcam. Lots of them are. Yeah, and looks really bad on a live stream. I've been down that road, so yeah. The problem with all these cameras and things that are out there, you kind of got to go for, I don't want to say you have to buy the latest stuff, you don't, but these things just seem to have constant reiteration and change constantly, and it's hard to keep up. But because I've sort of poured myself into being a YouTuber probably for the rest of my life, everyone is raving about that. And I just thought that could open up a whole new avenue of what I do here on the channel. And like just before last Christmas, I bought the Canon that I've got here, the Canon camera. So I've gone down that route for the sort of that quality, but I needed something that was a bit more transportable in a smaller package. And that seems to have fit the bill. So Bill Derbyshire, I have a Status GP Vintage. That'll be worth a few bob now, Bill. Warwick Streamer, sorry, that's the one we want. Streamer CV Pro Series and a Marauschik Elwood L4A. These are the keepers. Okay, yes, definitely keep the Status. That is only going to go up in price. Stacey, a smattering of emojis for YouTube. Thank you. Russell Zorner. There are about 5 bases I was watching pass before my eyes that were all composite necks. Yeah, there's a lot of them about. Well, actually, no, there isn't. What am I talking about? There isn't a lot of composite necks. But if you know the right places to look, at the moment, Bass Brothers here in the UK have quite a few statuses in. The Gallery in Camden, someone's put 3 or 4 statuses in for sale. I'm guessing it's the impending tax bill that's coming self-employed musicians' way in January. And that's how I got my Mark King Alembic over there. Some guy put in about 10 bases into the Gallery in 2015, I guess because of a credit card bill or a tax bill or whatever. It allowed me to buy that. Russell Zorner, Hartfield bases come with carbon fibre necks. You can see the patterns on them. Yeah. Peter Quinlan, have you seen or listened to Say She, an amazing band, the coolest of cool bass players? If you haven't, checked them out. I will. When I'm going through this tomorrow and adding in the adverts and doing the timestamps, I will check on that. Note to myself, Mike, check out Say She. Okay, Russell, and the Hartfield came in both bolt-on and neck through, so you can choose. Very nice. You have a DR5 that was converted to fretless, and I love it. Excellent. Good stuff. Yeah, I've got a few statuses here. I've also got a Status Graphite neck on the Stingray, which most people know about. George Iliadis had my Washburn Status set up with Rotosound Funkmaster 3090s. Wow, it really pops. That's what 3090s do for you, George. Would love a genuine Status down the track. Better get saving. At the well, as I said, the Gallery have got a load of statuses in secondhand. Someone put in a 5-string Series 2 fretless, and it went for $2,000, which is cheap, I think. So yeah. Funny thing is, if you're abroad, there are chances you might come across a Status cheap, whereas here in the UK, they're not going to be cheap because everyone knows they're very limited now. But you will see more of them over here when people put them in on part exchange. Russell, and those, we're talking across conversations here. Those are built at Fujigen. They're the predecessor of the SR series. You can see from the shape of the heels. Cool. Anyhow, if someone wants to get into the composite neck scene without dropping 5k US dollars, you can hit up a PVG base or any of the Hartfield bases. Thank you for the info. Very good. And if you like Ibanez base necks, I do, then they're basically that. Grand. Splendid stuff. If you're enjoying the live chat, enjoying the channel, please give the video a thumbs up. Be very much appreciated. Please leave comments in the comments section. Please feel free to share this video out to social media or any of the videos here on the channel. It very much helps the channel overall, helps those videos to gain traction within the YouTube algorithm. Russell, I priced a status neck once. You priced it? What do you mean? They were quite common here for a while, the replacement necks. And then they kind of went off the boil. I don't really know why, but now when they turn up, suddenly they garner a very high price tag. If I remember correctly, Status actually built the PVG necks, but they're hard to find anymore. People rob them off the bases. Not if it's a through neck, they don't. Or do you mean the necks off the PVG necks? Yeah. The gallery in Camden. George, let me send you a link. Hold on. And I'll send you Bass Brothers too. And Bass Direct. Sure. And if you just look for, there's a section there that says brands. Just click on status and you'll see everything they've got. So this is Bass Brothers up near in Warwickshire. They ship worldwide. And then we've got Bass Direct, which is down the road from Bass Brothers, again in Warwickshire. And then the Bass Gallery is this. Have a look on there, George. There's plenty of statuses around. Some of them might be a bit out of your price range, or you'll be going. You have to decide what model you're after and then have a keen eye on the second-hand market. Russell, PVG never came in through Hartfield, top tier level, came in neck through. They're gorgeous and there's actually quite a few of them out there. Very good. Also was browsing the Carvin LB series. They're very good. On a whim again, man, there are some great deals there on amazing bases. Carvin bases were always very undervalued. No, likewise, me too, Russell. I have nothing against second-hand instruments. Sometimes if they're banged up and dinged up, it's going to reflect in the price. If it's going to be a gigging bass, then I'm not that bothered. It's going to get dinged and banged anyway, so don't be precious about these things. They're there to be played. So let's have a look on the gallery. Actually, I can just share the screen, can't I? Let's do that, Michael. Then people can see what we're talking about. Hurrah. So, guys and girls, here we are. Let me just go here, and we're going to do not that. We need to turn that off, and we need to turn the banners off, of course. So, let me see if I can put myself elsewhere. No, so I'm down the bottom left, of course. So, let's have a quick shifty on statuses. So, bear with me a moment. Here we go. So actually at the moment in the gallery, here in Camden. They've got a Status 2000, not a 200. They've missed a zero off, which was a fretless owned by Chris Cross of Ultravox. His bass collection just went up for auction, so I don't know why this is there. Maybe it didn't sell, or maybe the person that bought it decided they would sell it for a bigger cut via the gallery, but there we are. Then the Status Series 1. I don't think it's a 1. I think it's a 2. Let's have a quick look at those photos. That's a through neck. That's a graphite through neck with a walnut tone block. So that went for £2,000, sold very quick. Not surprised. Then there's a King bass for 4,000, Streamline bass for 2,300, another King bass, a Mark II, which is the headed version with single coil pickups. That's 4.5. There's the King bass Retroglide, which I think Marcus at Bass Direct bought for 4,000. Status Hybrid, I'm not sure what that. Oh, okay, it's got a Status neck on. Status Groove bass 1,000. Status Graphite 6. I think that's a bolt on, as I recall. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it is. Sorry. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then there's a 2,000 that went for 3.5. Good to know. Status Eclipse 5 for 1,200. Another Status Groove 5-string, 1,350. And then for Bill Derbyshire, a Status GP Artist Series went for 1,990. But I suspect that was some time ago. That might have been before they announced the semi-retirement. So that price isn't indicative, I don't think. Let me share. Okay, we'll close that. Okay, let's have a look at some of the others. Let's go to Bass Brothers. Okay, and we want... Here we go. So, right, shop bass, and we're going to Status, of course. So there's a Status Washburn in there at the moment. I don't. Oh, right, it's not going to show up. Okay. So at the moment at Bass Brothers, all they've got are 6 strings. So you've got a 1999 Empathy with red side LEDs, and I think it's headed. I think it is. Here she is. I think that's a Burma drone top. Am I right? They haven't said. Okay, I think that is a Burma drone top. And then there's another one, which is a Series 2 classic bolt-on neck. I think that's headless. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, it's a headed. There we go. Gold hardware. That looks like a figured walnut top to me. Again, they're just saying it's a natural top, but yeah, figured walnut, I think. And then, as I mentioned, they've got a Washburn Status in at the moment. Which is here. And I'm very pleased to see that whoever has sold it on or whatever, but Bass Brothers have priced that just about right, I'd say. Been a lot of people trying to get £1,500 for their Washburn Statuses because they're playing on the fact that people won't know the difference between a Status and a Washburn Status. They're not worth £1,500. When they came out, they were $499. So I think with 36 years of inflation, 800 is about right. It's not a standard Status. It's not a graphite neck. It's a wooden neck with an ebony board. Status pickups, Status circuit, Status bridge and hardware, but it's not Status. Okay. So that's that one. So let's stop sharing that, and then I'll take you to Bass Direct, and we'll see what they've got. So bass guitars, I don't think they've got any new ones. That'd be very unlikely. Oh, hold on. No, second-hand one now saying out of stock, so I'm assuming that's been sold. So that was, I suspect that might have been Marcus who worked at Bass Direct. That might have been his bass, or it might not. So he had a Black Beauty there with red LEDs. But that's now gone. Let's see what's in the pre-owned section. No, it was just that one bass. There's nothing else they've got there, status bass. So there you go, George. That's the status rundown for you. Hope that was of use. Russell, Kiesel is running ridiculous sales on their on-the-shelf units too. You can get a bunch of basses for under 2K used. Yeah. Is that your store? I don't have a store. I couldn't run a bass store. Goodness me. I've got enough in my life. Russell Zorn, a guy from Muse, also uses status. Chris Walsenome, yes, he does. I think Parker is working on a bass again, which would be cool. Wow, that jazz bass. So this is you reacting to the... Sorry. Stacey Ann. Peter Quinlan just checked out Say She. Very chic sounding, which is appropriate since they are inspired by Nile Rodgers. On 4th of Feb, CBS Saturday morning aired the band's first televised, but later in November returned CBS for a follow-up interview, video for their inspiration, who told them he was pleased to hear them making music inspired by his group in such an organic way. George Gandara, good to see you. Arriving late, that's all right, no problem. Good to see you, my man. Hope everything is good with you. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. So if I can help with any bass problems or bass gear problems or shopping dilemmas for bass gear, let me know. That's what I'm here for. Stream health is good. Excellent. Dokes, channel analytics. We're all good. Everything's working. Hurrah. Excellent. So here we are. Last live chat of 2024 here on Brooksy's Bass Corner. This is live chat 93. 93 of these. I can remember the first one vividly. 4 years ago. Sat right here, not knowing what the hell I was doing. But here we are. We've done 93 of them. So thank you very much, everyone, for returning week after week. Sometimes some of you take a little bit of a holiday. It's all good. No problem at all. Thank you for coming along for the ride. Thank you for all your support this year and every year that we've been running. It is very much appreciated. We're at 3,840 subscribers. So I appreciate each and every one of those. So thank you. All the merch sales, all the super chats, all the super thanks, the affiliate sales. Fabulous. Thank you. You're keeping the channel running. So thank you very much. And I promise there will be loads of new content once I get this week out the way and we can get on a bit of a run, because after this weekend, I don't have any gigs till I've got one in the middle of January. And then it's very quiet until we hit Feb. So there'll be a lot of new stuff coming up. George Iliadis, I have 3 Washburns and we'll sell 2 to help fund the status. That's the plan anyway. George, if I can help you in any way, I have a bit of status knowledge. Considerable amount, because I've bought plenty myself. So if you want help tracking down what you want, then by all means we can have a chat on here, or you can contact me by email. Tell me what you're after, because there are so many different status models. They all sound very different from each other. So before you plump down a sizable amount of cash, tell me what you want, what model you're after, if you know, what visual look you're looking for, how many strings, electronic setup, and I'll help. And if I see what you're looking for, I'll send you the links if a retailer has one up secondhand. You won't get them new. The only new bases Status are making are the, is it System 23s? Let me have a look. The Electro, so S23s, CW2s, which are the Chris Wolstenholmes, and the V-Man bases from Slipknot, if that's your thing. But if I can help, I've been through the same journey you have when it comes to Status bases. So I had to pinpoint the models I wanted and do my research and play loads, and then found what I wanted. So if I can help, more than happy to. Bill Derbyshire, my Status GP Vintage is one of the lowest actions I've ever had on a bass, with absolutely no fret buzz. Joy of Graphite next, Bill. Quite. George Gandara just bought a Fender Player. Excellent. What finish did you get, George? Let us know what you've bought, how you're getting on with it. Do you need to make any adjustments, or is it perfectly okay straight out of the box? I've got to learn to hold that mug up that way so you get to see it clearly. Gonna try and put up some new merch in the new year as well. Some new designs to unleash. So keep an eye on the merch store. So yes, as I've just said, this will be last live chat, or last planned live chat of 2024. That doesn't mean I won't do some impromptu ones between now and the new year. That's highly possible. But we'll be doing Saturday afternoons, or afternoon here in the UK. It'll be morning in the US. From January, probably through to the end of March. So we're going to try some Saturdays. So the Tuesday stint might happen as well. We'll see. If I do the Saturdays and they do well, I might chuck in the odd Tuesday to see if that's still a thing or not. But we'll see how we go. I might, if I end up doing two separate live chats, I'll try and give them an angle. So the Saturday one will be a certain bass playing direction, and the Tuesday will be something else. We'll see. George, it was a Mexican Fender Player. Very good. Precision, good. Was fine out of the box. Excellent. You got a good one then. Quality control did its job. Good. That's not always the case, as we all know. George, yeah, that's awesome. Thanks. I will drop you an email. Please do. You can chat to me here, George, if you've got certain models that you've got your eye on, or if you want some advice, ask me. I was actually, before the magazine stopped being a published entity, I was actually in the process of drawing up a life history of Status basses, and we were going to do it in conjunction with Rob Green at Status. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone because I've got a post-it here on my phone where I was drawing up a list of all the models, and obviously now there's even more. And back in 2014, I did have a chat with Rob at Status about doing a coffee table book for their 40th anniversary, but we passed it in 2022. So that didn't happen. And I had a couple of notable Status collectors who run various forums and social media pages. And we were going to do it as a project between us. It never got off the ground. Same old thing. Life takes over and it doesn't happen. But anyway, I have a post-it here on my phone. I was correlating all the models. So this only goes up so far, of course. But so for your listening pleasure, George, there's a Strata Series 1, and I highly doubt you're going to get your hands on one of them. There's only about 16 of them. So you've got Strata Series 1, Strata Series 2. You've then got... Oh, I see what I've done here. Start again, Mike. Nonsense. Right. There's the Strata. There's then the Series 1, which are bolt-on necks. You've then got Series 2. You've then got Series 2000, 3000, 4000, and the 5000. You've then got the Matrix, the Energy, the Empathy, the Eclipse Artist, the T-Base, the original T-Bases with wooden necks. You've then got the S2 Classic, the Barracuda, the King Base, the Vintage PJ, the Electro 1, the Electro 2, the T-Base Graphite neck, the Streamline, the Chris Wolstenholme models, the V-Man models, the Buzzards 1 and 2. You ain't going to get a Buzzard 1, I can tell you now. They cost over 20 grand second hand. Very few of them made. And then you've got the S23s and the newer models that have come in since I did this list in about 2015. So, yeah. So I would suggest, in fact, let me get a link for you, George. See if this helps a bit. So I'm going to send you this. This is a fabulous resource for all things status. And on this, there's a section called resources, which I'm going to send you now. And this is where all the flyers, reviews, leaflets, anything in print to do with status, it all gets pulled into here. So you'll be able to look at all the old brochures, all the old catalogues, they're all there. So let's see if I wanted to look for Buzzard. It all comes up. It's all there. So you'll be able to see literally all the different models that Status have offered over their history. And get stuck in, sir. Get stuck in. If you want to join me here on the live chat, you can. You just need to send me an email. There's a ticker running along the bottom of the screen right now. Email me at brooksysbasecorner@gmail.com. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite. I bring you the screen. Simple as that. If you don't want to be on the screen visually, but you do want to have an audio chat, we can do that as well. You just turn the camera off at your end, or I can turn it off at my end. It's fine. So check those catalogues and flyers out, George, and you'll get an idea of what might potentially be available. There's also there on that website a discussion forum, a very active for sale section. So if you're looking for something particular, you may well find it there. Last post was in November, 17th of November. Yeah, there's also obviously Facebook Marketplace, but the question is, do you want to buy something from that when it's not particularly reliable and you're based on the other side of the planet? But yeah. And if you want any personal demos, George, if I can send you a list of the statuses I've got here. There's statuses obviously on the channel, but if you want something particular, like you want to hear full top end, no bass, or full bass, no top end, I can do all of that for you. Just film me a demo, send it off to you. No problem. All those lucky people that commissioned a Buzzard Series 1 when Status were doing them. You're sitting on a very tidy sum now, that's for sure. Yeah. So if you want to talk about statuses, George, fire away. There are a million questions. I had to go through all of this in the early 2000s because I knew there were a few different status models I wanted to get. And I didn't necessarily know what the differences were. And I didn't know how the circuitry differed. Pickups went through periodic changes, but they were fairly consistent once they hit the hyperactive range, which would have been mid 90s. But the circuits continually change. So if you go on the Status Graphite site, go to the spare parts section, you can see a list of the different preamps and stuff. They're still available, the preamps, if you need spares. You can only buy the wooden based instruments that they're now making. Yeah, very glad I bought my Status t-shirts when I did. You can't buy them now either. So, I will leave you to your Status shopping. Pleasure. And yeah, hit me up when you're ready to take the plunge. It will take some searching out to find what you want. Or you might get lucky. I think in January there's going to be a whole load of bases going up for sale across all sorts of boards and forums and retailers. I just think this year coming in January, self-employed musicians start getting their tax bills. There's going to be a lot of gear suddenly put up for sale. George Gandara, do I have an opinion about Godin basses? Yeah, they're fabulous. I think these are bench crafted in Canada. The Godin acoustics, electroacoustics, are fab. I very nearly took the plunge about 3 or 4 times. And in the end, I couldn't justify it because I already had the Washburn AB40. And I wasn't completely convinced that I had enough work to justify the expense, even buying a second-hand one. And I was probably proved right, because when I've had periods of acoustic work, it's fleeting. It gets sort of compressed into a short space of time, and then you don't do any for ages. And that's exactly what happened. I haven't done an acoustic show in 2018, so 6 years ago. I haven't done anything acoustically since. So, yeah. But if you're looking at Godin's, George, very good. Very good. Look out for a second-hand one. You'll get better sort of value for money if you do that. Unless you've got your mind set on a brand new one. But like with anything, like buying a new car, you drive it off the forecourt, you've lost half the price. Same thing with a bass. So, but if you want to go down the brand new route, you go for it. If you can justify it and you're going to use it a lot, do it. But second hand will get you a whole lot of value for your money. So on the Status side of things, I've only bought one Status brand new. All the others were second hand. So, yeah. And the one I bought brand new has done thousands of gigs. So it's got the battle scars, as Jerry Blair will attest. He saw it on Saturday. But George, I got one which will be delivered first week of January. Which model, George? What did you get? I'll look it up online, see what you ordered. Let's see what you got. Because you won't be able to send me pictures, but if you tell me the model, I can go and have a look online on their website. So it's coming up 25 to 10 here in London town, here in the UK. This is live chat 93 here on Brooksy's Bass Corner, coming to you from London town, week before Christmas Eve. So, yeah, after tonight, we've got no more planned live chats for 2024. That doesn't mean to say I won't drop in on impromptu live chats between now and New Year. That can always happen. And I apologise, actually. Someone said the other day, why haven't you done any of your gig live chats and all of that? The reason I haven't is because so often this year, when I've been on gigs, invariably there's no Wi-Fi unless we're in a hotel, and the actual mobile internet reception is so bad that the live chat would be pretty much unwatchable. I'd look like something out of Minecraft or Lego, and the volume of the audio would be shockingly bad. So as a result, I haven't really done any of those this year. Sorry, just excuse me a moment. So I've chosen not to do those this year, but like I say, once I get this DJI Osmo Pocket 3 up and running, although I might not do the impromptu live chats, I will be doing more recording when I'm out on gigs, maybe a bit more vlogging. I don't know if any of you would find that interesting. We will see. Apart from the bass string experiment, I haven't really done vlogging. That's not been something we've done, but I'm getting indicators from various YouTube forums and vidIQ that that might be something that's coming back into vogue on YouTube. So we will give it a go, see how we go. George Gandara, do you, we've done that. Shifter Classic. Okay, I reviewed a Shifter Classic. Let me find that. I did a review of it in, I can show you the pages. Hold on. That's on there. I did a Shifter Classic review in about 2013, 2014. Just bear with me a moment. Bass reviews. There we go. Godin. That's what we want. There's a lot of fenders. Godin Shifter. Here we go. Soul. Open. Oh, I see. It's only doing it a page at a time. Right. So there's this. Now I'm going to come back to you and share my screen. You're treating yourself, George. Well, good for you. Stu Goodman, good to see you. So sharing the screen. Right, bear with me a moment. Window, we want that. So yes, this was, let me see what the date of that was. Details. So this was 2013. So I did the review in March 2013. It's published in May 2013. There were two of them, Classic 4 and a Classic 5. So I don't know if there's a way for me to show you all three together. So I'll stop sharing that and then I'll click on the second page, which is there. So I gave that in terms of ratings. Let me share that page with you. I gave that in terms of ratings. That got, magnify that. Oh dear. It's all going a bit wrong, isn't it? Build quality got 9 out of 10. Sound quality 8 out of 10. And value 8 out of 10. And back then, the Classic 4-string was 955. I said the creme brulee finish looks great and the neck is a real winner. A great tonal palette and a sonic display. Minus points. It may face some stiff competition at this price, but play one and you'll be impressed. Overall, a surprisingly impressive bass with everything going for it. And then the 5-string is there. And this one. The 5-string got a build quality of 9, sound quality of 9, and a value of 8. Again, that was priced back then at $999. Plus points, more restrained visuals than the creme brulee finish, but with bags of character and tone. Everything the 4-string had to offer and more besides. A very impressive 5-string. The best passive low B string we've heard. Minus points at this price. 5-string players may insist on an active instrument, but the bass needs to be played and heard. Overall, an excellent bass at an equally excellent price. Quality craftsmanship and tone to match. So that was the 5-string version. And it was like a black stain. Charcoal black stain. So yeah, so that was my take on those. Steffi, good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope those bass lessons have been paying off. Stu Goodman, what brings you to these parts? Were any of those songs that you asked me to recommend you, any of those of any use? We were chatting the other night, of course. Let's just check that's all fine. Looks like it's pretty good. Stream health is splendid. It's just coming up to 9:45 here in London town. George Gandara, tag price $1,200 US. So it's kind of about the same price as it was back then, about £1,000 UK. So it's maintained its price point. So what colour did you go for, George? Stu Goodman, yes, plenty there, mate. Very good. Very good. Stuart asked me for some suggestions on songs to get his bass playing back up and moving. So I did. I suggested plenty. So he's got plenty of homework to be cracking on with. Very good. So have you got any questions about basses, bass amps, bass effects, bass accessories, cleaning materials, bass strings, gig bags, leads, anything to do with basses? If your bass needs setting up or something's not working as it should or your effects are playing up, let me know. If I can help, more than happy to do so. That's what I'm here for. Stu Goodman, what's your take on vintage instruments such as Fenders? Worth the investment? It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? If you buy from a respected retailer and you trust their opinion and their viewpoint and their factual information, then yes, you're buying into something that's an investment. The problem comes if A, something has been replaced and they are unaware of it and you don't know about it when you buy it, or you buy something and for whatever reason the pickup goes, a bridge saddle rots, or a bridge saddle screw rots, or the nut falls to bits, or something else happens out of your control, the value of that investment will go down. There's no way around it. You know, if you have to, how many basses have we seen, 60s and 70s Fenders, and everyone's gone, oh, that's lovely. Pickup's been rewound, or the finish has been resprayed, and suddenly it doesn't hold the value that it would have if it was all original. And the question is, you buy an all original one, something goes wrong. It's now getting to that point where you just think, well, if you're not going to play it, you're not using it for recording, you're unlikely to probably take it out on gigs. To me, my view, what's the point? But if you are doing lots of recording, you're doing session work, you need those sounds, you're probably going to take a punt on it. And if the pickup went, or a screw went, or the nut went, or a tuner failed, you're probably not going to be that devastated because the instrument will earn its corn, if you like. But if you're not, and you're buying them for investment purposes, and let's be fair, many of the 50s, 60s, and 70s Fenders have been bought up by people who don't even play instruments. They bought them as investment collectibles. Frankly, it's a risk, I would say. But if it's your thing and you're in love with those sounds, great. But like I say, something goes wrong or something fails and it has to be replaced, it's not original anymore. And you've just taken a huge hit. I've thought about it many times. I still don't own a birth year bass. I can live with it. I've got enough other things here to keep me occupied. If you want to go down that route, only you can make that decision, would be my opinion on that. I can't advise, because every base and its provenance is open to interpretation. So like I say, even if you're buying from a retailer of some repute, they might be told a load of information that isn't correct. You don't know. You don't know. Nowadays, 90s instruments bear classic, to be honest. 90s Stingrays are great. Yeah, my old Mark King one was an 8990, and it played a million times differently to the one that I've now got, which is a 1999 model. Yeah, it's, you know, my Kubickies are becoming vintage and they're nearly 40 years old. So, and you're very wary, all of this stuff. At some point, you're not going to be able to get spares. Some of these independent luthiers, if they don't hand down their businesses to offspring or other people that have worked with them, who's going to make this stuff afterwards? You know, Padula don't exist. Wow came back through Paul Herman. Status are semi-retired. JD passed his business down to his kids, so that's carrying on. You know, it's all of these things, the things that we've grown up with and not taken for granted, but, you know, those bass makers have been there through our young and adult lives, are now sort of decreasing in number, shall we say. It's just a period of adjustment, I think. And I had a chat with the guys at the gallery probably must have been about a year ago, maybe a bit longer, maybe a year and a half. And we were talking about the fact that Bernie Marsden's guitar collection was going up for sale, and obviously Jeff Beck's stuff was going to be going up for sale. And all these substantial guitar collections by guitar greats were going to be flooding the market, and whether it would affect the sale prices of vintage instruments. And it might well do. You may even find a lot of the collectors start cashing in, because maybe they don't see the level of return continuing at the current rate. You know, I could have bought a mid-60s Jazz with a white headstock for about just over $2,000 20 years ago. Now I'd be looking at closer to 5. So it's more than doubled its price. So true, I could have used it and it would have earned its keep, and that's all fabulous. But with all the gigging I've done, would I have been able to keep it in its original state and nothing gone wrong? Pickup not dying, bridge not falling to bits, too many knocks, too many bangs, nut falling to bits, refretting. You just don't know. And it's a risk. It's a risk you take, isn't it? George Iliadis, yes, agreed. I have, a 1928 Martin 12-string, and it's time for it to go. It's very fragile. If it's still in a good state and you can, well, make your price back or significantly more, go for it. That's not to say it won't still go up in price. It might, but there comes a point of how long do you keep hold, you know? I'm very wary of it, some of these. It's at what point, I mean, I'm watching the market continuously. And if I suddenly see that there's some massive drop in some of these beauties I've got here, then I might consider, oh, maybe it's time to move them on, you know. Am I going to use them that many times between now and when I retire, whenever that might be? You don't know. You don't know. You just, who knows? We will see. So if you're new to the live chat, come on in. You're amongst friends. Good to have you here. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We had a subscriber surge last week, so that was very nice. Thank you very much, new subscribers. Good to see you. And thank you to everyone who's subscribed, liked, commented, shared videos this year, bought merchandise, super chat payments, super thanks payments. Thank you very much. I can't do it without you, so good job, gang. Thank you. And like I say, once we get past Christmas, I don't have really a lot of gigs to take up my time. So the channel is going to have a whole flood of new content. I'm trying to get something up this week if I can. Just got a few little jobs to do tomorrow. Got to prep for the Oasis show I've got on Saturday. And then other than that, everything's ready for Christmas. I've done all my jobs last week. So, yeah, there could be some content up this week. Let's see. Let's see. I won't promise because that's what happens every week. You suddenly think, oh, I've got a couple of free days. Something happens, fill it up, completely knocks everything mad. But we've got most of our jobs done. So it's all good. So if you're enjoying the video, enjoying the live chat, enjoying the channel, then please give it a thumbs up. Any of the videos you watch, please, thumbs ups are very important, both for me, the channel, and each video, because the thumbs up, the comments, and the shares are what push the videos through the YouTube algorithm. The more you guys like, share, comment, all of those things projects the channel. And it means we get shown to more and more bass players and hopefully attract a few more to the channel, a few more get involved on the live chats, and that's how we grow. So, thank you. Thank you for doing all those things in advance. It means a great deal. And we're just 8 minutes off 10 o'clock here in London town, here in the UK. Good to have you all on board. So tonight's topic of discussion: what are your bass playing resolutions for 2025? What are you planning on doing? What haven't you achieved this year that you want to do next year? Any bass playing resolutions that you'd like to finally nail home? Get your bass playing moving in the right direction? Let me know. Thumbs up done. Thanks, George. Much appreciated. So I'm fighting off a bit of a head cold this week, so bear with me, guys. I got your. I knew what you were saying, George. All good. All good. So yes, as I mentioned earlier, not only will we be having a podcast here on Brooksy's Bass Corner, which actually I started fleshing out about 18 months ago and was meant to launch in January this year. That didn't happen. That will now be coming in January, that's approaching. But on top of that, on top of the Brooksy's Bass Corner podcast, I'm going to be doing a two-man podcast with Greg Hager, who has his own YouTube channel. We had a bit of a phone meeting last week, and we planned on doing something 2 years ago, and then just a whole load of things in life took over, and we kind of dropped the ball a bit. So we picked it back up last week, had a chat, both want to do it, both got time to do it. So we're going to be setting that up in January, doing some filming, doing some editing, get the first 5 episodes up, and then we'll probably do 10, maybe 15 episodes, see how it goes, see what the general reaction is. If people enjoy it, we'll do a load more, and if it doesn't do very well at all, then we'll just say, well, we had a go, and we'll see what happens. But it's a bit easier when you've got 2 bass players conversing rather than just me. So again, this is the whole point of the video facility here on Brooksy's Bass Corner. So if you want to talk to me about bass, you can. You can join in on the video. Just email me. There's a ticker running along the bottom of the screen. brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. Email me. I'll send you an invite via email. You click on that invite and away we go. But if you don't want to come onto the screen by video, you can do it by audio. You just turn off the camera, the video section, and we will hear your ringing tones in your voice, but we won't see you, which is fine. George Gandara, you're going to carry on taking lessons. Nothing wrong with that. Always good. Stu Goodman, 2025, bass resolution. Go and play in a rehearsal room with my 12-year-old son who has started playing drums. Fabulous. What you want to do, Stu, is download some backing tracks from karaoke version with guitars, maybe vocals, keys, and then you guys add in the bass and drums. Perfect. That'll teach your son how to listen to how instruments lock in, and it'll be very evident if one of you makes a mistake. And you'll learn how to rectify it together. Great idea. Run those tracks on your laptop coming through a PA. Great. Pick songs that you both like, and then you can learn those songs together and pull them together, and sounds like a good thing. So as I've said, tonight is the last live chat of 2024. There may well be some impromptu live chats between now and New Year. We will see. We'll see how the days go. I could pop up at any time. We will see. Just see how the days pan out. I've got a lot of filming to do, and then consequently a lot of editing to do. But I've set aside a load of time over the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks to give the channel a bit of a boost. So I've got all the tools ready. Just got to crack on and do it. So it's coming, as is Christmas, of course. But so have you got any bass related purchases coming your way for Christmas, or you got your eye on anything in the New Year's sales? Let me know. I may have seen the very same article at reduced price online. You never know. And obviously Jerry Blair was at my gig on Saturday. He would have heard the Mercury Flanger by Source Audio that I've been banging on about over the past few weeks. I haven't checked on Guitar to see if it's still the same price. It was £50 off. Great pedal. I've used it now since middle of October. It's outstanding. Let's have a look. So it was down from 189 to 139, and it's still there. Source Audio Mercury Flanger at Guitar here in the UK, 139 instead of 189. And also their Ultra Wave Distortion Lab and the Bass Distortion Lab are reduced as well. I can't recommend Source Audio gear highly enough. I'm really impressed with it, I have to say. I've got 4 of their pedals now. And no, tell a lie, 5. And they're all quite fab. Steffi, going to send you an email soon asking you for a favour. Might happen next year. Okay. No problem. If I can help, we will see. We will see. It will depend what the favour is. And talking about pedals, I picked up this the other day. Where is it? So you'll know I'm a fan of the BBE Sonic Stomp, which I've been using in Uncle Funk Decades of Dance. Well, I was watching bass chat. Sorry, so many forums, and someone was selling this second hand. Prices are usually quite high. This guy decided to discount his pedal because he just wanted it gone. So I bought it. So I've now got 2. Oh, let's see if you can see that. No, I'll put the box up high enough. Here we go. So I've now got 2, an older version and a newer version. So that'll be going on the smaller pedal board. Give it a little bit of a jiggery pokery tomorrow before I go out for my gigs on Friday. So I've got 2 of those now. So we will see how that works, but I love the tone of the older one. Works great for me, and we'll see how this one goes as well. Hopefully there's no difference between the 2. Hopefully they sound exactly the same, which is the whole idea. So it means I've got one on both boards that I use. So But the guy discounted his price quite considerably. I was like, I can make use of that. So Sean B, if you're watching, thank you very much. Your pedal arrived. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to test it since it arrived yesterday. I'll probably do it in the morning. Just been a little flat out past couple of days. Actually, most of this month. But hopefully things will ease up a bit this week. And then once Saturday's out the way, everything's good. So it's just gone 10 o'clock here in the UK. Hope you're well. It's live chat 93 here on Brooksy's Bass Corner. You're very welcome. Come on in. We're a friendly bunch. Some guy, good to see you. About to track some bass guitar. Good man. Where are you? Which studio? Or are you doing it at home? Good for you, sir. Is it paid work or are you just doing it for enjoyment purposes? I don't know why I pretended to be playing a bass with a pick there. It's just autopilot. So yeah, Brooksy's Bass Corner, live chat 93. This is the last live chat of 2024. We'll be back with the regular scheduled live chats in early January. We're going to be doing Saturday afternoons. Well, it'll be afternoon here in the UK. It'll be morning in the US. So going to see how that works, see if we can attract some new viewers. We've been doing Tuesdays for the best part of 2 years. So I want to try some Saturday afternoons. If it doesn't work, then we'll revert back to Tuesdays, but we'll see how it goes. Some guy, home studio now, then later at the Lunar studio. Cool. Best of luck, sir. Hope your tone is rocking. So if you want to join me live here by video, you can. Just email me. The email is on the bottom of the screen on the ticker. So it's brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite and then you come through by video on the screen. If you want to chat but you don't want to be on video, we can do that as well. So if you just want the audio, we can do that. No problem. Oh, good. George Gandara, it's 7 o'clock there. Is it? Where? Really? It's just coming up to 10:05 here. So where are you, George? You've told me before. I'm sorry. The brain's like a sieve at the moment. But how can it be 7? I thought you were in the US. Oh, no. Sorry. As I recall, Puerto Rico. So you're probably just fitted into that closer time zone. Possibly. He is in Puerto Rico. I remember him putting up the Puerto Rican flag before. Oh, well, that's not so bad, is it? 3 hours behind. So have you got any questions about basses, bass amps, bass effects, bass accessories, bass maintenance stuff? Maybe you want to talk about any of the workshop videos here on the channel, any of the interviews. Maybe you want to talk about the Bass Center video I put up about a month ago, which seems to have done very well, I have to say. Or you'd like to talk about the bass collection video, which does need an update, to be fair. There've been about 7 new basses since I did that video. Stacy says they're 5 o'clock there in North Carolina, 1704. George in the Chilean Patagonia. Okay. Ah. Okay. How can it be 7? I'd have thought you'd been between 5 and 8, but I'm not up on my time zones, clearly. moment. That's done. That's done. Okay. Some guy of an SWR redhead that cries briefly when I turn it off. Yeah, mine does that too. You get like this little scream. It's it's just the electrical current running through the circuit. Not a lot you can do about it, I'm afraid. Mine does the same. But when it sounds, the amp sounds that good, the combo sounds that good, why worry? You could be on daylight saving time, George. Correct. I guess so. Although we've been there since end of October. Maybe it's Trump. Apparently he wants to get rid of daylight saving time. He says it's losing the US millions of dollars. But yeah, let's not get political anyway. Not on my channel. So, just coming up to 10 past 10 here in London town. Live chat 93 here on Brooksy's Bass Corner. Last live chat of the year. So thank you very much, everyone who's been getting involved, returning week after week. We've been going since the first week in July. It's been a lot of live chat. We were on, I think, live chat. Bear me a minute. I think we were on 68 or 69 when we started. We're now on 93. Let me just find out. Yeah, we were on 69 when we came back on July the 6th. So, we've done quite a few. Stacey, my mum travelled there in 59 with her parents. The Hoy Dobro brothers had a newspaper magazine business there. They all became lifelong friends. Okie dokes. Okay. Everything's looking good at the tech end. John Cooper, how you doing? Fashionably late as usual. That's all right. How did your gig go on Saturday? Our gig went fabulously. And Jerry Blair came along. And he was here on the live chat a little earlier before he went into a rehearsal. Sorry, I've got a bit of a flutter in my throat there. Fighting off a head cold. So the old Hobson's isn't quite what it usually is. Gig was great. Standing room only in the pub. Fabulous. We had a sellout. We had a 500 ticket sellout in Sawbridgeworth, so we were very happy. And great crowd, great gig. And look forward to doing it again next year. It worked pretty good for us because we haven't really done a lot of public gigs around that area most of the year. Done one or two, but not loads. And it kind of focused, sort of funneled the people that come and see us into that one gig rather than giving them options to see us at different gigs. And it worked because they all came and they were all ready for a party. So it was great. It was great. Steffi, well, 11 p.m. in good old Germany. Time for me to get some sleep. Just popped in to say hi. Wish you all very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care, everyone. See you next year. Thank you, Steffi. We will see you in the new year when we come back with regular scheduled live chats. Keep practicing. Hope your lessons are going well. All good. Yeah. So what's going on in John Cooper's world? What have you got gigs-wise coming up? You got any more this side of New Year's Eve? Are you out New Year's Eve even? At the moment, I'm not. I've had 5 inquiries, none of which came off. I had one inquiry last week that was exceptionally low on the pay scale, and I just had to turn it down. I said, I'm not prepared to learn a whole set of material for that lower fee, because something better could still come in. But if nothing comes in, then that amount still wasn't enough to justify me going out for New Year's Eve. So, but the others were all abroad. I've had a Dubai not happen, Portugal not happen, Madeira not happen, south of France one not happen. So I don't know what's going on. The fact that one of the base groups I'm on WhatsApp, so far I can't see any debt requirements for New Year's Eve, which must be a first. And maybe things will come in between Christmas and New Year where people get sick or they can't do a gig or they get offered a better gig and need to dep out their lower paid one. But there's just been nothing. And actually that same group through December been like 4 or 5 gigs. Normally it'd be about 20 gigs people were depping out through December, but this year not a whole lot. John Cooper, I had another trip back to Status today, Fab, to pick up my repaired Series 2 and spent some fantastic time with Rob. What a legend. He set my bass up like a dream. I'll email you a photo, please do. I can share it on the screen. Glad you're happy with it. I'll be getting a couple of my statuses into the workshop. Not Rob, mine. My workshop. I might try and do 1 or 2 this week and film them. We'll see. Ah, here we go. You've just emailed me. Let's have a look at this. This is John Cooper's status. I need to expand my window. That'll do it. Here it is. No, it isn't. That's me being daft, right? Bear me a moment. My email client's deciding to... Okay, it's faffing about. Let's do it via... Let's do it via there. There we go. Excellent. Right, let's share that. Here you go, John Cooper and Mr. Rob Green. Rob's looking very svelte, I have to say. Looking very good. Do like your bass. Lovely. Glad you're enjoying it, mate. You won't go wrong with one of those. I can tell you now. Excellent. Good, good, good. I bet you're wondering why you didn't go down that route sooner. I know I've had it with many basses. Had it with many pedals. Crikey, I wish I'd had the Source Audio flanger a lot sooner. Wish I'd gone down the BBE Sonic Stomp route earlier as well. You only learn this stuff as you do it. There's a lovely bass. Well done. Excellent stuff. Any other pictures of other basses that were in there? Oh, now you can see my emails. You don't want to see all that. That's the Brooksy's Bass Corner inbox. There's not a lot of interest in there. Usually me pushing emails from one Gmail account over to the other because we changed the email address. It used to be Brooksy's Bass Corner 2020 at gmail.com. It's not now. Someone gave up the Brooksy's Bass Corner address. So I managed to get in there and get it. So that's the way it is now. So that's how you can join me live. Email me at brooksysbasecorner@gmail.com. Email's running along the bottom of the screen on the ticker. If you want to come in on a video chat or an audio chat, we can do that. Send me an email. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite and then you're through. That's how it works. Some guy got to play an old PV bass the other day, the T series. I bet that was heavy. They are notoriously heavy, but extremely fine sounding. Was that one with the different tone selector? So you have like a load of different tones that you can select on the control. They're hefty beasts. PV took no prisoners in the old days. Heavy gear, heavy basses, heavy amps, heavy cabinets. It's the way it was. We didn't have the technology to do neodymium at that time. Or if NASA did, we weren't getting it as the general public. We got there in the end, though. And actually, this weekend, I'm contemplating a bit of a amplification blowout. So I've got Queen tribute on Friday night. I've got an Oasis tribute on Saturday night. I'm contemplating taking two SL212 Aguilar cabs and my DB751 out for a real brutal fest of bass tone. The only thing that's putting me off is I've got to stay in a hotel between Friday and Saturday, and I really don't want to carry that amp in its flight case or in its rack into the hotel because it'll weigh a ton. But having said that, I've used DB751 all year, and I'd like to give it a run out, check that it's okay. We'll see. We'll see. Some guy, I love the molded. Yeah, yes, sir. Very heavy. Lots of tone options. That'll be the probably T40. I love the molded PV cases from that era. PV really were very good. Unfortunately, they always got sort of bluted a bit by Fender and Gibson back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, pretty much. But reliable gear, roadworthy gear. I can't ever remember someone, or I can't remember ever reading someone saying that they had PV gear or a PV bass and it fell to bits. Not that I ever recall. Not something I can remember seeing. Which is good. It's the way it should be. Your gear should be supremely reliable. Just bear me a moment. Just keeping tabs on the emails here. That's all good. Yep, we're on top of it. Very good. Overbuilt, yeah, maybe. Andy, I used my DB751 at a gig recently through a Goliath 4x10. I bet that sounded good. It was so loud that there were bits falling from the roof during your bass solo. That's a DB751 for you. That's why it's the best bass amp in the world. In my humble opinion, for what that's worth. You look at it from the front, you think it doesn't look very complicated. There's not a lot of bells and whistles. It doesn't need to. Tonally, it's amazing. It's a solid kit. Really well designed inside. Tonally amazing. Heavy and expensive, yes, but superb. John Cooper, speaking of amps, I was playing my status this afternoon through Rob's old Trace Elliott 410. What a combination. I'm all IEMs now, but I'm tempted to go back to the 80s. Okay. It depends what your band will tolerate and whether your back's up to it. That's the deal. I have to say my status stuff sounds great through my Aguilar gear. And for years, I was using my Empathy through my EBS stuff and loved the tone of that, so which is very different, actually, from the Aguilar gear. But, yeah. Andy, sweet sounding amp. That's the Aguilar DB751 for you. Very much so. I think with amps, you generally get what you pay for. Sometimes there's a higher price for some things, and people look at stuff and go, no. But if you buy the cheaper end, it's going to, well, it might sound cheaper. It might do the job. Might do the job. I mean, my little Gallion-Kruger MB200, which is over in that rack behind me, you won't see it because there's too much in the way of it. Too many basses and gig bags. That's not expensive, but God, it's loud and really good. And I've used it with 2x12 cabinets and literally thundered through gigs. So, you know, that little amp got me out of many a hole before I had other Class D amps here, and came with me abroad on various trips when I couldn't be sure what the amp situation I was going to see was, and hooked it up to a cabinet, and away we went. I've enjoyed the weight and sound of the GK MB500 for smaller gigs. That whole range that came out in the late 2000s, start of the 2010s was really good. So the MB200, MB500, the Fusion, which was the one with the valve in, and then they sort of expanded the range and came up with other options. And GK gear's great, you know. John Cooper, my band did an amp. Oh, hang on. Did an amps gig. Okay, a couple of years ago, and it started an amp way. I had my old Trace Elliott GP7 and a 15-inch cab. And our guitarist turned up with a 4x12 Marshall stack. Oh dear, amp war. Yeah, bet you didn't have a happy singer that night. But years ago, we didn't know any different because IEM stuff simply wasn't cost effective. It was too expensive, and there weren't enough options. Now it's very easy. And once they started coming out with amps that, well, you know, the Behringer stuff, the X32, I think there's a Boss one as well. There's various desks now. It's all very easy. Funky Hobbit, Mark Palmer, good to see you. Evening, Mike and the rest of the gang. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. But the whole IEM thing has changed the whole amp world on its head. I wouldn't be surprised if in 10 years a considerable amount of traditional amplification companies have either changed their whole business model or just don't exist. They'll have metamorphosized into something else, because I just don't see people buying amp gear a lot. I just don't. And the amount of chat we have here on the live chats and the messages I get on social media and in the email, people asking for IEM advice, it's definitely the way it's going. And yet I can remember Joel at the magazine saying to me in 2017, it's all about the change. Kempers are going to rule the world. Well, they didn't for bass. They might have had a serious impact on guitar amps, but not for bass. But the ability to do IEMs in a covers band or a wedding band is now very possible, and not for a lot of expense. So, yeah, watch this space. Andy, I'm quite taken with the Warwick Gnome. Okay, I use mine through a Mark Bass 4 ohm 212. Okay, plenty of volume. There you go. But you see, with a lot of these smaller Class D amps, it's very hard to have them repaired. So you have to be prepared that if it goes wrong, you're going to be buying a new amp. Why do I say this? Because I keep reading stuff on online forums, the lot of people that have bought Mark Bass amps, not the cabs, the amps. And when they go wrong, the official fixers, the repair shops won't touch them. Or they'll give you a quote that is so off the chart, you might as well just buy another amp, because that's what Mark Bass wants you to do. Ditch the one that's broken and buy a new one. Built-in obsolescence. The whole Class D thing is like the epoxied preamps in various bases. You can't really get in there and do very much. With that, you might as well just replace the board. You might as well just buy a new board, take all the controls off, put a new one in, put the controls back on, and away you go. But again, it's going to cost you more than just buying a new amp, so you might as well just buy a new amp. It's a shame, but it is the way it is, unfortunately. Bill Clements, good to see you. You made one this week. How about that? Good to see you. Hope you're well, sir. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to all of you that are tuning in. Thank you. It's that time of year. It is that time of year. We're only a week away from Christmas Eve. Mark Palmer, IEMs all the way, 64 audio N8s, serious investment, yep, but after all, they are replacing your amp. Agreed. Saying that, I still have a 210 and amp plugged in, just in case the Wi-Fi goes off. Exactly. I don't take amps anymore because if our rack goes down within Uncle Funk, the whole band goes off, apart from the drummer and the horns. So for a good 18 months after we came out of lockdown, I would carry on bringing a 212 and an amp. And then I thought, well, what's the point? If the rest of the band stopped, there's no point me playing on. It's not a bass masterclass, but there we are. Some guy had to mail a JBL amp to Fort Worth, Texas for its warranty to be fulfilled. Okay. They wanted me to mail the entire enclosure. This is the daftness of these companies. They want you to buy new gear. This is the thing. They don't want to repair anything. They just want... It's like with white goods. You know, washing machine goes wrong. Don't pay the engineer £300 or $300. Just buy a new one for $200. It's crazy. It's the world we live in, sadly. John Cooper, by the way, the Gator Icon gig bag I picked up during Black Friday fits the status like a glove. Told you that would work. Thanks for the advice. My pleasure. Told you. Gator bags are great. I've got Gator bass bags. I've got Gator cases for lights and all sorts in the garage. So they're very good. Bill Clements on bass. You just confirmed my Class D suspicions. I have a number of Class D amps here, and I love each of them because they all sound totally different. But if they go wrong, chances are you won't be getting them repaired. You'll just have to buy another one. But I think the prices on them all now, they've come down so much, really, from what they were, that it's not such a big outlay as it was before. Very good. So, Mark Palmer, did you manage to shift your John Taylor Dingwall? Have you managed to recoup your investment there? I hope you did. If you didn't, just wait until Duran Duran are doing shows next year, and I think you'll shift it fairly easily. Or you could put it in somewhere like the gallery, or you could put it in the Bass Direct. I'm sure. Oh, it's a keeper now. Okay, very good. Okay. Haven't seen too many of them going up secondhand. There were a couple on Bass Chat over the past couple of months, but not a whole load of them. So I guess people are keeping hold of them, doing the best JT impressions in front of the mirror. But yeah, each to their own. It's all good. The JD crapped out at our last Xmas show. What happened? Dawson, good to see you. Hope you're well. What happened with the JD? Pickups? Don't tell me you had a reoccurrence of what happened with Mark King's white one. Preamp gone? Circuit gone? What happened there? Bullet jack intermittent signal. Okay. Well, replacing a jack socket isn't too bad. I can hide. Well, I'm sure you'll do what you want with it, but I can really recommend the Neutrik locking sockets. I've had them installed on my Status 2000's got one on the front. I know it's not the same as what was on there. I don't care. For years I was using the Series 2000 on loads of gigs, and I thought, well, you're doing it for loads of gigs, just use a locking socket. And I've got them on all the GBs. I think I got one on... Where else did I have one put on? Can't remember. There's a couple of other bases I had them put onto. They're just great. Fail safe. You stand on your lead, the lead isn't going to pop out. Neutrik stuff is bomb proof. Right, same as MK. Yeah, okay. It's a headache. Need to unsolder the pre and wires to pot to access the bullet. Ugh. It's one of those jobs. Well, I'm sure you've got a good tech up there who'll be able to do all this, turn it around pretty quick. The Neutrik thing isn't that expensive or hard to get hold of. I think they're about 30 quid. It's just, but it's up to you, mate. It's what you want on your bass. But what's my status 2000? Oh, see, you did. It's in the stand, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, you might look at that and go, "Oh no, that's sacrilege." But to be honest, when I got this from Stu Clayton, the jack socket wasn't holding in the cable at all. And if you bent over while you were wearing the bass, the jack lead would just fall out. And I was using it on a lot of gigs, and I thought, well, there's only one thing I want on it, and it's that. And Rob fitted that, and it's been good as gold. No problems at all. Job solved. Made a custom Shure wireless lead to unbalanced XLR. Okay, cool. Okay, got it. Very good. Neutrik Top Gear. It's not that expensive. I was looking at it recently, all the bits and bobs they do, and it's not that. I thought it would be more pricey than it is, but it is what it is, and it has good reputation. And all the bits I've got of new. Put the teeth in. All the bits of Neutrik gear that I've got are great. So yeah, if anyone's replacing a jack socket, have a look at the Neutrik stuff. Very good. Rampage video channel. That's Dawson. I'm available. Please send a request. No, you've got to email me, Dawson. That's how it works. Email at the bottom of the screen, of course. Let's have a look. Check you haven't gone into spam folder. Nope. You're not in the inbox either. Hang on, I've got one of your old live chat requests here. I can... Oh, hold on. Let's expand my screen. I'll send you one. Here we go. Invite. Copy. There we go. And I think yours has just popped in as well. Yes, it has. There we go. It's on its way. I'll get my headphones on. Let's see. Some guy going to build a wash tub bass for gigging in the swamp. Make sure the crocs don't get you. Well, alligators, obviously, over there. Or the anacondas. They're big buggers, aren't they? Here we go. Is Dawson coming to us all the way from Canada? Dawson, talk to me.
Check, 1, 2.
I can hear you. I presume everyone can hear him. There we go. How you doing, my man?
Good, how about you?
Yeah, rocking and rolling. Let's just get you on the screen here. There we go. Good
Let's
to see
go
you.
Raptors.
Yes, ma'am. How's things?
Pretty good.
Excellent. I've got news for you. I'm coming to Canada in 2026. Coming to play on Lake Manitoba. Doing
Okay.
9 shows over a 2.5 week stay at one venue. So I will keep you posted nearer the time. But yeah, we're coming. Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno coming your way.
Cool. It's a little far for me, but
but
yeah.
we'll see. We might do a bit of traveling while we're there because we're gonna have days off, so should all be good.
Yeah. Oh, that's good news.
Yeah, man. What's happening?
I was just over at a dance the other day, so they had a live band playing the dance, and so after I got to see some of the dance songs they played, and then when they were finished, I said, "Hey, can I play the bass?" He said, "Sure." So he handed me the bass. I hopped up on stage and I just played a couple licks up
Cool.
there.
What was the bass?
I'm not sure. He said it was new. He said I just got this bass. Please don't destroy it. So I just played it, and it sounded really good, smooth,
Cool.
a little quiet, but I think they just had the volume a little quiet.
Yeah.
And then the crowd gave me a little applause.
There you
So
go.
that was a little boost, little fun
Excellent.
thing there.
Excellent. Did he have pedals and amps, or was it just going into the system?
He had a pedal setup, so he had like 5 or 6 and the little thing there. I think he also had a rack system, and it
Oh
was
wow.
also connected to a soundboard, like a small travel
Yeah.
soundboard that the technician used. So I
Okay.
felt like a rock star. I had the little
Yeah.
technician there. He was changing the thing, and the bass player was changing the knobs, and I was
Cool.
just playing a bit and just had that little bass
Excellent.
experience.
There you go. There you go. Excellent. So what's coming up for you? How's the radio thing going? Is that up and running yet?
I couldn't get that off too much. I did keep in touch with one of the radio hosts. She wanted me to do mine on my either on my channel or download them onto USB stick and send it to her.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I like just going on live and talking and providing value. But so that will just require a little bit more organization to do, and it's definitely still possible. It's still on the table.
Cool. Good, good. Excellent. Look forward to some links for that. So
Yeah,
when you're
so I
up and
guess so
running.
maybe the next thing while I'm really close to getting ACDC tickets. I'm going to see
Okay.
ACDC in Cleveland, Ohio,
Jesus.
the land of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm. Yeah, well, might be like your last time to see them. So enjoy.
Who knows?
Well, I
But
say it every time they tour, everyone thinks it's the last time, but they're getting
yeah,
on. Those that are left standing, they're getting on. I think, and I could be wrong. I think it's Chris Cheney on
yeah.
bass. I can't remember who they've got on bass at the moment because
Hmm.
obviously Cliff Williams has stopped. I think it was Chris Cheney. Hang on, let's have a look. Mm. It is Chris Cheney. There we go. Yeah. So he used to be in Alanis Morissette's band. He was in Jane's Addiction. He's done loads of stuff. Seriously good player. Used to be, obviously, when he was in Alanis Morissette's band, he was with Taylor Hawkins.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
I was
So,
listening to Alanis Morissette today. It was on the radio on the way to a little Christmas party, running errands,
hmm
and that was a good track.
yeah, a lot of the stuff on that first album is those two. So,
Mm.
you know, I think, I can't remember. Well, I know Chris Cheney's on the album. I can't remember if Taylor's on the album. But he certainly did a lot of the touring for that album. So, yeah. Yeah, all good, good, good. So, what's happening with you over Christmas? What are you doing?
Christmas time. Probably usually sometimes you get some presents.
hmm
Maybe do a bit of shopping. For music, I was listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. They had two
Mm.
Christmas albums, so I
Now we're
listened
talking.
to both of those, and I'll find another Christmas album to listen to. So,
There's a lot of James Brown ones. If you go onto
oh
Google and look at James Brown's discography, he literally did a Christmas album every year. It's crazy. So if you
wow,
want
I had no
some
idea.
funky stuff, yeah, yeah,
Huh?
there's loads there.
I think that's probably what I'll
He knew
listen
how to
to.
cash in, did old James. Don't worry about that.
Mister
Certainly did.
Mister Showbiz, Mister the
Exactly.
the King of Show, something like that. I don't know.
That's it. The hardest working man in show business.
The hardest working man in show business.
That's it.
But he wasn't like Nat King Cole, because Nat King Cole was the guy who built Capitol or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably. Yeah, sales of his records funded the record company to do what they did. So yeah, well, enjoy
Well,
your Earth,
now
Wind and Fire journey because there's some amazing albums in their discography.
I'm on the BBC today.
Are you doing
Yeah,
what?
the Brooksy's Bass Corner,
Ah, well, very good. Well done. Yes, dum tish.
and I'll
Yes,
be
yeah.
on Dawson's drum department.
That's yeah, absolutely. But no, enjoy the Earth, Wind and Fire voyage because there's such a back catalogue there. There's um there's a thing over here where you can actually buy a box set of all the albums up until about 4 years ago on CD. But also there are two sets. There's a thing called original album Classics. I think it's a whole range where they go through loads of artists and you get like 4 or 5 albums from that artist. A very
Mm-hmm.
cheap and easy way to acquire the back catalogue quick. But there's 2 with Earth, Wind and Fire, and I bought them both. Amazing. I mean, what a back catalogue. For a while, I just played that stuff all the time. Still have a load of it on my phone. I've always got it. So I've always got I Am, which is their biggest album. It's got most of the hits on. But then there's the album before. Actually, I need to just go into my music player. Hold on. Some of them get a bit crap through the later 80s, but
Mm-hmm.
and a bit too synthy, sort of synth bass. Not enough real bass on. But give me a moment. Where are we? E. Here we go. Earth, Wind and Fire. Thank you. All in All, which has got Serpentine Fire, Fantasy. I'll Write a Song for You, Running, loads of stuff on there. But you see, every time they put a best of out, it's amazing. You realize how many great songs they had. There was a small box set called The Eternal Dance, which came out in the early 90s, which I've got. And that pulls a load of like the main stuff together with some live stuff. But enjoy. There's like I say, there's a huge load of material there. So if you find yourself with a day spare and you just want to sound like something playing in the background while you're doing a load of jobs, go on to Spotify and run, or what your chosen musical platform,
Mm-hmm.
and put the Earth, Wind and Fire back catalogue on. You'll find stuff in there probably that you even know, you just didn't know it was them.
You're right, and
There's,
I can't just play one song. I have to play one and then the
no,
other one
listen to
because
the
that
album.
sounds
Oh,
good, and
absolutely.
then I just keep.
Yeah.
I just end up usually, yeah. You're listen to the album.
Albums are a curated body of work at the time that they release it and they write it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and from album to album, it can change, but there's always kind of a running thread. Not just Earth, Wind and Fire. This is most bands. You'll
Yeah.
find there's a common thread running through their whole body of work. But no, I've been on that journey. I did that myself with Earth, Wind and Fire. There's a lot of good stuff on there. Loads of great bass stuff.
Mm.
Serpentine Fire is so good, and Nathan East covered it on his solo album, and he got Vadim White and Philip Bailey in the studio to come and sing and play on his version on his album because they were his favorite band growing up, and they were kind of like his peers that he wanted to be as good as them. So yeah, happy discovery. You're going to enjoy that. That's a good back catalogue to get into.
Oh, for
Enjoy.
sure.
Enjoy. But like I say, when you get into the 80s, from like about 85, 86 onwards, it gets a bit patchy. It's like, oh, this isn't as good as the original stuff. But a lot of bands went through that who were great in the 70s and early 80s, and then kind of were a bit light on ideas when they got into the late 80s, early 90s. But enjoy. Enjoy. Stacey says the order of songs on an LP is an art in itself, which
Mm-hmm.
is.
The right order.
Said that to Billy Sheehan when I last interviewed him. I said, whoever came up with the order of songs for the Winery Dogs album Hot Streak, the first 6 or 7 songs on that album is like a blitzkrieg of an intro. I said, and whoever came up with that needs a serious slap on the back. He said, well, that's Mike Portnoy. He said he's
Yeah.
always Mr. Set List, Mr. Song List. He'll come up with the running order on an album. Blame him. I said, no, don't blame him. It's good. It's good. It was really good start with an album. But yeah, here we are.
Even if
There
you
you
go
go.
back to Racer X or Mr. Big,
Mm-hmm.
even then they had an album flow, and it was like a
Yep. Oh yeah.
quintessential '80s heavy metal music.
Yeah. John Cooper's just said the order of songs in a gig set list is an art too. Yes, absolutely. Been through that with both of the last 2 covers bands I was in. We managed to work well, certainly in the one I was in for 17 years. We did have it down pat. We knew after 17 years, you kind of know these are our big hitters. This is what's going to start the first set. That's what's going to start the second. That's what's going to start the third. These are going to be what the ending songs are, and then it's just a case of getting the flow right in between on each
Mm-hmm.
set. And we knew stuff that worked great. And over time, you jettison things that sort of go out of favor and out of fashion, and things that work great for a year or two, and then they just die off. But yeah, it is an art. It is an art.
Have you ever wrote your own songs? Or do you have any original material?
Oh, did years ago, but I ditched it all because it just. I think I've said this on a live chat before. So up until about 2000, my plan was to be in an originals band. You know, write albums, go on tour, do the whole band thing. But the
Mm-hmm.
whole industry was changing big time, and every original project I got involved with, it sounded like when you went to the audition or you spoke to people that they wanted you to be in the band, and then when you joined the band you suddenly realized, actually, I'm not involved in the writing, I'm not involved in the publishing, I'm literally just turning up to play the gigs and go, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
being paid for the gigs. It's costing me money, it's costing me fuel, parking, food, uh parking fines. There's actually nothing in it for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm in an originals band, there's nothing financial in it for me unless we make it. And some of these bands were like, I don't think this is going to make it. So you leave, go and find another one. Same process. And in the end, it was like I was in a couple. And what was happening was the covers band I was in was basically getting gigs every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, all the original gigs were falling on the same days. So I had to make a decision. Do I want to be in originals bands that I then have to turn the gigs away because I'm being offered good money to do the covers stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I just stop doing the original thing because it was taking up a lot of time? And again, I could tell the industry was changing. Napster had come in, MP3 format was there, everything was going wrong, and you were already starting to see record sales were dying off, CD sales were dying off. The whole Pop Idol, X Factor, American Idol thing had suddenly taken off, and it was like people don't want to book bands, they don't want to sign bands. Bands aren't generating cash. It was solo performers with bands behind them. So unless you knew the musical director in those bands, you were never going to get into them.
Mm.
So I remember sitting there and looking at a table full of bills that I had to pay. I've got my mortgage, electric, gas bill, got the water bill to pay, council tax, this, that, and the other. I just thought, I've got to make a decision here. I can't keep turning away good money to do things that might never happen, might never come off. And I thought, no, I'm going to go down the covers route. I was what, 27, 28, 29. And at that point, you look at what the trendy thing is. And at the time, the trendy thing on British TV for bass players, backing bands, was you had to be black, tall, and wear big baggy jeans. And I didn't tick any of those boxes. And I was like,
Mm.
doesn't matter what I do, I'm never going to be that face backing artists on Top of the Pops or CD UK or whatever the programs were. I thought, just go down the covers route. It's going to pay all your bills. You build a nice bass collection. You could make a good living doing that. So I did. That was it. So from about 2000, 2001 on, I didn't do any original material unless it was for a signed artist, and I did a few of those
Mm.
where basically the record company would pay you to rehearse, gig, but you weren't writing, you weren't doing any of that. But so in that situation, lots of musicians do it. If you're being paid by the record company to rehearse, you're going to do a lot of rehearsals and you're going to do as many gigs as you possibly can. And that was actually quite lucrative. So I did all of that. So that was it, really. And from that day, I haven't really done a huge amount of original stuff. Occasionally get called up for the odd session here and there, but it's not, you can't make a living doing it. That's for sure. There's a load
Mm-hmm.
of messages here. Uh, so just sent, yeah, Mr. People talking between themselves. That's all good. Probably similar mindset for a DJ set. Yeah, wages over fame, Mike. Exactly. Fame doesn't pay the bills. Fame doesn't pay your mortgage. Wages do, and that's the situation I found myself in. I've known people, and I still know people who have, for 30 years of being professional at this, who have constantly gone down the original route to try and make something happen, and now they're in their 50s, and it's like, it's never going to happen, guys. You know, it doesn't matter that you think your material is fabulous. That boat has long since sailed. You might be able to release stuff on Spotify and make some money that way or on YouTube, but you're going to struggle, I think.
Hmm.
And the thing is, once everyone was able to record at home and the cost of home recording dropped with PCs and Macs, it's the market is flooded, and Spotify just shows you that how many people are releasing albums and tracks and think they've got something to say, but if you've got no audience, how are you going to build it? You know, you might get
For
lucky.
sure.
Publisher might hear it and sign it. You know, there's been many a one-hit wonder that's done very well and lived off that money for the rest of their life. But it's luck of the draw, and who you know and being in the right place at the right time.
Luck of the draw.
That's it.
Oh, you gave it a
You just
shot
know.
too.
Uh-huh.
And I was at I like going to cover bands too, and I like dancing. I know the songs. I could sing along to them, and it's a great time.
Mm. So someone who has tried to contact us has finally sent me an email. So we're going to send you a link, sir. You need to click on that link, Hoyt Castle, and you can come in on the live chat. Just to give everyone a bit of forewarning, I've got to go and pick my other half up from the tube at some point shortly, but she's being delayed on the tube here in London, so we'll see how we go. I'm keeping an eye on the phone. But Hoyt Castle, you should now have an invite in your email, so you can come and join me and the lovely Dawson if you so wish. Gareth Harrison, good to see you. That's all right. You can always watch on catch up, Gaz. It's no problem. If anyone wants to join in with me and Dawson here, you just email me at brooksy'spacecorner@gmail.com. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite and you come to screen. That's how it works.
So how are we going to take our bass playing to the next level in
Oh, there we are.
2025?
That's it. Depends what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, where you want to go with your bass playing. It's
Mm,
a very different place now. 25 years on from year 2000, the whole cover scene here in the UK has changed. There isn't a regular, certainly here in London and South East, the regular gig circuit that used to exist doesn't exist. It's not there. There are some gigs in London, but not a hell of a lot. Certainly not regular. There's a couple of venues. If you get in, you might get regular gigs, but I wouldn't put my house on it. Put it that way. If you relied on the few gigs that are around, you're not going to make much money. To be
mm.
fair, just my take on it. Gareth Harrison had a last-minute rehearsal with Manchester Scar Foundation as Depping with them this weekend. Good stuff. Well done. Gaz saying it's the same in Manchester. Yeah, the whole gig scene's changed. There's far more musicians than there's ever been, but there's far fewer gigs than there's ever been. A lot of the musicians coming out of the music colleges are basically wedding bands at weekends and whatever other means they can make a living, they do. But their general outlet is one gig a weekend. You know,
Hmm.
it's not. I'm not painting a scene of doom and gloom. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, we've got all these music colleges here in the UK, and they're musicians are rolling off these like a production line, but for an industry that can't accommodate them, really. Mark Palmer, enjoy the rest of the show, of the live chat, guys. Have a great Christmas and a healthy and prosperous 2025. Cheers, Mark. See you in the new year. Stay in touch. If you need anything, you know how to contact me. So, all good. All good, sir. You take care. Gareth Harrison, the pub circuit wants solo acts or duos and want to pay peanuts. I see it all the time on Facebook. I really do. I see it all the time. It's like the fees have just dropped out.
Mm,
I mean, we used to do a three-piece band. We could accommodate low fees, but you wouldn't want to do them on a regular basis unless you were really quiet in your diary. But tricky, tricky. But you are right. They just want duos or solos, and they don't really want to pay much money. And then I keep seeing on Facebook loads of people that keep getting cancelled by venues with no
mm.
notice, no information. Or you can ring the venue on the day and they say, oh, yeah, gig's on. You turn up at the gig and they go, oh, no, gig's cancelled. Or they've got another band on. It's like, how did that happen? What happened there? But it is what it is. Thankfully, I don't really have any of that to do anymore. I don't really work in those circles, but it's a shame. We were always pretty good. We there were a couple of occasions where we turned up and we'd been double booked because the agent had been a dick and hadn't communicated, or he was doing it on purpose because we dropped out of a gig like 3 months earlier. So he wanted to teach us a lesson by telling us our gig was on. We'd turn up and there's another band there.
Mm.
Then you end up in a conversation with the band. It's like, well, do you want to do it or we're doing it? But if we're doing it, we want paying. Or sorry, if we're not doing it, we want paying. Then the venue's like, oh, well, we're not paying two bands. It's like, well, and it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm seeing my friend's band on Saturday. It's at a costume party, like a
Mm-hmm.
Halloween ugly or Christmas ugly sweater party.
Right.
My friend Jacob, I have seen him many times, and I like to support the local guys too. So listen to their albums, and they're going to be there nearby at a good pub. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that would be pretty fun.
Cool.
I got some new
Yeah.
shoes, so I can break in my new shoes, dancing shoes, and
Don't get blisters.
I got blisters on my
You don't want
fingers.
blisters. You don't want blisters. Certainly don't. Certainly don't. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to bring our live chat to an end because I've got to go and pick my other half up from the tube. So, on that note, I'm going to say good night to you, Dawson. Thank you for all your support this year. And thank you to everyone here on the live chats. It's been absolutely fabulous. We've been going since July. And loads of you keep coming back week after week. I really appreciate it. All the new subscribers, the likes, the comments, the shares. Can't do it without you. So loads of new content coming. Once we get past this weekend, I can start rolling stuff out. We've got the new gear. We've got the new cameras ready to go. New content coming your way. Keep an eye on the channel. So there won't be any live chats unless I do some impromptu ones between now and New Year. But we'll come back in January. We're going to start doing Saturdays, Saturday afternoons, which will be Saturday mornings for you across the pond. Hopefully we'll get some new people coming in, get some new viewers, new subscribers. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to Tuesdays, but it might even be we end up with Saturdays and Tuesdays. We will just see. So on that note, I'm going to say goodnight to Dawson. Say goodnight to all you fine people out there in YouTube land. Thank you for all your support. It's been a blast. And we'll catch you on the other side. Keep watching the channel. Please give the videos likes, shares, comments. If you want to hit the subscribe button, that's very much appreciated as well. Have a great Christmas wherever you are on the planet. Enjoy your new year. Be safe. Be careful. Enjoy your bass playing. And we'll catch up with you in 2025. On that note, I'll go get in the car and go and pick the other half up. Take care of yourselves. Dawson, I'll see you in 2025. Take care.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Cheers, man. And the same to all you lot. So thank you very much for joining in. I'll catch you in a couple of weeks. Have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year. And I'll see you soon. All the best.